Pretend to be your friend. Smiling faces show no traces of the evil that lurks within. Smiling faces, sometimes they don't tell the truth. Smiling faces tell lies. And I got proof. Oh Lord. Let me tell you, the truth is in the eyes, 'cause the eyes don't lie. Amen. Remember, it's just a frown turned upside down, my friend. So hear me when I'm saying, smiling faces, sometimes they don't tell the truth. Smiling faces, tell lies. And I got proof. Beware of the handshake that has the fate. I'm telling you, beware of the pat on the back. It's just for mine. Hold you back. Jealousy, misery, envy. Smiling faces. Your enemy won't do you no harm, 'cause you know where you're coming from. Don't let the handshake and the smile fool you. Take my advice, I'm only trying to school you. Smiling faces, so lies. They don't tell the truth. Smiling faces, so lies. And I got proof. Faces. Yes. Okay. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Give me one moment, y'all. I'm getting myself together. Get myself together. Let me see what else I want to do real quick while we waiting. I'm trying to get my voice together, y'all. I don't know if y'all know it, but when a person ministers the word or preach the word, their throat go under a real heart attack. Let's see if we can do this. Hold on, y'all. We're going to come right on. JB, I'm going to drop the link, boo. Give me one moment. And then I'm going to greet you all. We're going to get it started. Oh, you Tanya, my throat, baby. My throat. I'm sucking on ice, my favorite ice. So that's going to make it better, okay? It's going to make it better. Excuse me.
I want to dedicate this song to all the lovers tonight. And I expect that might be the whole world, because everybody needs something or someone to love.
When it's cold outside, who are you holding?
If y'all don't mind, I'd like to talk about this.
Okay, baby, take your time. We're going to play this song out.
She's always complaining about me never being at home. But when I'm down broke, she's telling me about the things that a girlfriend's got, what she ain't got. Just want me to go out and get them for her. Girl, I can't be too
until tonight, girl.
I'll be
Long gone.
and you never find another man that'll treat you right. When I ain't there to rub your back, just remember I made it your own back. I chased you all around your room. You be still like a ghost. A fast, slow tune. You can think you're on it now.
Yes, come on, boo, girl.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll be long.
Long.
Just when you never find another man that'll treat you right. You think you're
Long
wrong.
now.
Wait.
Girl.
If you think you're alone,
Wait.
just wait until the night, girl.
Girl.
See, the nights when the needs come out, when the needs come out to breathe. There's a chance to stars, and there ain't no way you can sleep. Oh,
Hey.
you're lonely now.
Wait until tonight.
I feel like I want to testify to you.
If you think you're
I'm
lonely
lonely. I
now.
know I gotta leave you. Oh, girl, I just can't
Wait
take it.
until tonight. Wait until tonight.
Too far gone. Back it up now.
Wait until tonight, girl. Yes.
It's a yellow lonely, but everybody needs somebody to love. It's good that you know that you got somebody that'll stand by your side, that'll build you up when you're falling down. And you have that someone, baby. Cause I've done my time.
Wait until tonight.
Now, if you think you love the love, wait until tonight. I'm tired of the same old sucking time. It's been too long. Thinking we can start.
Yes, y'all. Ain't nothing like the old school for me. Okay. Anyway, this is your girl Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 9 to 9, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast, or the horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just really depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy quinceañera, happy bar mitzvah to Lottie Dottie and every darn body under the sound of my voice. And you know I'm the Oprah of the what? The smooches. So you get a smooch, you get a smooch. Everybody gets a darn blessed smooch. Okay. We are going to get it in. I got about an hour and 15 in me, and then I'm gonna lay my burdens down, okay? Not by the riverside, but on the bedside, okay? Today has been a very emotional charged day while waiting on JB. Let me tell y'all what has happened, okay? I'm trying to help you. So, of course, I get my little tune up today. So that already drained me. I took a nap, but I knew that my oldest child was gonna bring her only child to come and give me a hug and take some pictures with me because she's on her way to college. Oh my God, where did the time go? Oh my goodness, she is on her way to college. I'm not ready, but I got to be ready because I know my oldest daughter is going to break down. She already trying to hold it together. I'm like, I told her, I said, when you get to riding on the expressway or whatever, if you need to call me, call me. I don't care what time. I'll pick up and, walk you off the bridge. What's up, TC? I'm glad you're here tonight. And, Kim and your Tanya Boo. Hey everybody. But y'all, I'm so emotional right now. My one grandson, who was like my son, he was, he was born in my house. He's gone to U of L. He moved in on the dorms over at U of L, University of Louisville. I'm sad about that. My four other granddaughters, they out in Tennessee with my daughter who moved to Tennessee earlier this year. I'm upset about that because I didn't even get to see them leave. I ain't get a hug around my neck or nothing. So I feel some type of way, but she sent me the pictures on first day of school. So they, of course, they cute. Look a die. I got one grandson that's in St. Louis, and my other grandson, he's working. He decided not to go to college. He's just working. He's been having a job since he was like a junior and everything, and which is my deceased daughter's son. And y'all, I'm just, oh my God, this baby came. She said, Nana, I said, don't call my name no more. Oh, y'all, it was just, oh my God. Oh my God. My baby, this the little girl used to follow me everywhere. Little girl, Nana, can we make some marshmallow treats? Nana, can we make a pizza? Nana, can we? Nana, can we? Nana, can we? Yes, you can. Everything was yes. Okay. My husband would call home from work and be like, what's that noise? I said, your favorite people. The grands is over. I said, yeah. Man, I can't wait to get out. I mean, we are those grandparents. You got some grandparents that's like, hey, but you got those grandparents that go all in, they dress alike, they cook food together, that's us. That was us. That's us. So to see this little girl now, she's a full-fledged adult, girl start her life, girl live on campus, 400 miles away. I'm not ready, y'all. I'm not ready. I am not ready. I am not. I know they doing they thing, y'all. I am not ready. I'm so serious. And, I'm going to have to get ready. It is what it is. And I thought about it because my daughter was like, are you riding with me to take her and all this and stuff? Now, her and my grandson that just moved on campus at U of L is going to be in the car. And you think I'm going to make it? No, we got to drop him back off over at U of L. And then we got to take her, hug her, get some cry with her, and then we coming back. We crying all the way back because we miss her. She calling us because she already said, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm not used to being without my mama. She said, I said, girl, honey, who I prayed for her right there. Pray for my daughter. I'm like, God, you can cover them when I can't. Y'all. I'm like, So my baby's starting her life. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I can say, y'all. I know. Yes. Prayers going up for your grandbabies. Yes, honey. Yes. Who these young people. Lord, today. And I know they was gonna grow up. They not gonna stay babies for long, and I know that. I know we are, I'm feeling sorry for my daughter already. She only got the one child. And this girl was a heck of a mother. Baby, I told her, you got me beating the mother department. She said, ain't no way, mama. Ain't no way. I'm like, to me, you do. That's a heck of a mother. Do you hear me? She was a single mother and did everything because she was married. Don't get me wrong. Her and my granddaughter's daddy was married. And come to find out, mama was right. Okay, mama was right. But we let bygones be bygones. Okay, he turned out to be a louse of a person, And he went out the wedding barn and had, I think, 5 more kids. Okay. And she told him, now that you gone, keep going, don't come back. You know, he's supposed to be paying her some child support. If she got it, I ain't sitting here talking to y'all. So my baby did it all by herself. We talking all proms, all fees, taking care of her everyday needs, plus some. Yeah. So yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Proud of her. Very proud of her, you know. So yeah. Took on 2 jobs. 2 jobs. Yeah. So, and she always told me, and both of them, like the one that moved in Tennessee and my daughter I'm talking about, they always said we got it from my mama. Said you was a hustler, boy. The stuff that you went through and you did so that we could have, we didn't find out about it till we read it in your book. And that's the truth. It was a whole lot of stuff I did that my kids didn't know nothing about. My older kids, they know nothing about. Only time they found that out was when they read my book. And they was grown then, you know. So I don't care if you found out now. But that's why I said when you're a mother, don't take your child's innocence. Don't do it. You can always tell them when you don't have enough money to do something, you can just say, right now, baby, let me work on some because some stuff is tied up. Let me work on see what I can do. See what I can do. Okay. You know, I'm not saying give them everything because they need to learn how to, walk without it. So yeah. But yeah. You know, again, this happened to me over on Jay Wilson's, and for those of you all who support me don't know who he is. No big thing. He's a content creator in the sector called Beef Sector. Okay. But I was over there and somebody, because I laughed at something yesterday because it was funny. If it's funny, I'm gonna laugh. You don't own my laugh, and I know it's okay if I do. So I laughed, and this person typed in the chat and said, "So you laughing?" I said, "Yeah, it's funny." Oh, but didn't you say you used to be a dominatrix? Okay, let me make this clear again. Hello, hi, and my Kimmy's voice, hi. Um, you can never kill me with my own tea. I don't know where people get that at and feel like, yeah, I got her. I told her about her past. I told my past. What do you mean? I did. Yes, I did. Because during that time, also, I was addicted to sex. And I knew I wasn't going to keep screwing my ex. And how do I get my feel of sex? Is to make others do what I want to do. Now, catch that tea. Catch that tea. And bottom line is, hi, one more time, hi. Um, I was paid very well. Very well. So when you tell that story, please also tell that I was paid very well because I had business owners, CEOs, bank people, policemen, policemen, dope dealers. Uh-huh. 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 Okay. All right. Long as you know. Long as you know. If I was gonna be ashamed of it, why would I told it? If I was gonna be ashamed of it, why would I put it in a book? That's weird to me. How you douse people with their own tea? Like, huh? But anyway, God bless you in your endeavors. Smooches to you. Move on. I don't have no hard feelings. People just can't take me, and I get it. I don't know where JB is, y'all, but we're gonna go and get started. Because I told you I had 115 in me. 115. Okay. Um, so I've already dropped the link. Okay, so my part that I've been dealing with, y'all, and maybe y'all can help me. Anybody who's 50 and over, if you want to come up and say something, just let me know. Okay, so my situation's different. Okay, y'all hear me out. My situation is different because I was married for the majority of my life. Okay. And never thought I would be in the pray for me line again, talking about dating and stuff. And I didn't see you, boo. I'm sorry. Oh, there you are. Okay. You know why I ain't gonna tell you why I didn't see you. Now I'm gonna tell you. I didn't see you because my phone was sitting right there in front of it. Okay. I'm tired. I'm sorry. What's up, JB?
Mm.
You just didn't want me up here. That's all that is. Because you wanted to talk about your good old days.
What's up, sissy? There she is. That's mixology, y'all. Don't forget to go and share with her and subscribe to her too.
Hello, everyone in the chat. How are you?
Yes, we got JB on the ones and twos up
What
here.
up,
Go ahead,
Doc?
go ahead, go ahead, go
What
ahead.
up, Doc? How you doing? How was your
I'm
sermon?
I'm good. I guess it was good. Everybody said they enjoyed it, so
Hey,
I've been
man.
getting a whole lot of dings. So,
Holy Jesus. Holy
mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. You talking about tired though? I really am, but I wanted to do this because I don't know when I'll be able to do it again. So I'm like, okay, we gonna come on, we gonna have some fun, we gonna do this, and then when I cut this off tonight, I'm going and pull the cover over my head. Like it's not gonna
Mm.
come to my neck; it's going
Did
over my head.
Did you change the times?
Yeah, it was supposed to be in 10:45 because I didn't know I
Okay,
wanted
all
to do.
right. Because last time
Yeah.
my time was different than yours, and I was like, wait, is something going on? Because I saw 10:45, and I was preparing and stuff, and then I was like, yo, I gotta take a shower because I gotta be fresh, and I was like, should I get a haircut or not? Because they're gonna be looking at me.
See, you silly.
Mm. So I got all fresh and so clean, clean. I got out the shower, and I'm like, wait, I only got 2 minutes.
Yeah, honey, you could have took your time. You know how
Nah,
business.
I was good though. I mean, then I realized y'all can't see me anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, I had to get my son off to work too. I wanted to let him know because he works third shift and he's where he works at, he's over the department right now. And they have been every day they have worked. Like he's worked every day for 9 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 12 hours a day.
I think in my old state you couldn't work past you couldn't do more than 10 days straight.
And I don't know if it's like here in Kentucky or not, but I wanted to make sure he was up. You know, even though he's a grown man, I still worry about him because he's a diabetic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And hold on, that's my sister calling.
Oh,
She
that's you. I thought that was me. Mm.
she got called me back. She waited too late. I told, see, people gonna learn in 2025 that if I say a ever, that's what I mean is a ever.
Mm-mm.
But anywho, let me go ahead and say this. Okay, so y'all heard my dilemma yesterday. Okay, JB. Now you gonna hear it again. All right, so I got a chance to go out of town to Papados, which the closest one is Ohio. That's where I wanted to go for my birthday. And so we will be going the day before my birthday because my birthday, I got a whole hotel suite that somebody paid for me. So I'm not missing that hotel suite. Okay. But what we do over here, people, we drink our water and mind our business. So don't worry about that hotel suite. Okay. Act like I ain't even tell you that. Okay.
Mm-mm.
So, so now my son told me because I was gonna have a party next. You know, if I want a party, everything's paid for. Place, food, you know, the setup, everything's. But it's whatever I want to do. So it's a cross between going out of town to Papados and all my meal and all of that is on a person, or either having my birthday party here and everything. It's not coming out of my pocket either way. My son
Mm.
told me yesterday to hit the road jack. Okay. He said, go out of town, go out of town, go out of town. Do it for you. Go out of town. Okay. So everybody else that I've invited, I said, if I have a party, would you want to come? That's what I said. Would you want to come? So I done got about 100, maybe 103 people that's like, let me know when and where, because you party and I want to be a part of it. So now it's like, I done told all these people, if I have a party, do they want to come? Now they want to come. And now I'm stuck in a dilemma because I want a party in a little bit, you know, I want to come in looking all cute, you know, and do my little dance and everything and see everybody fellowship. But Teresa, on the other flip side, I really want to go out of town and just do me. And then come back in Monday and check into my suite and so
I
I
heard what your son told you yesterday. What you said your son told you when he was like, "Who is it for? You or them?" I mean,
right.
if it's for you, it's for you. I mean, bump what everybody else want to do. I mean,
And
your
that
plan.
lady Sparkle, hey boo. Okay, go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm just saying your plans change. Like you want to go out of town, you have an offer. I say do it. Like the thing about it is, you can always have a party, but do you always get offered a trip? Like take it, get out of
That's
there.
true. That's true. That's true.
I
And
mean,
then starting
and
the
you can
night.
have the party whenever you want to.
And see, two things is happening in September. One, on the 19th. is like a pre-party for the September people, and I already got a table, and I got my table sold out. Like my table sold out the same day. Okay,
Mm.
so it's a big old shebang. It's an all white thing. Okay, and then my family, we are infamous in throwing a big old September bash. And my auntie's already getting that together and everything. And when I tell you it's the talk of Kentucky, it's the talk of Kentucky. And that celebrates all of us who are born in September. We get our own section and all this and stuff, but it's food, unlimited alcohol if you drink, all of that. DJ, I mean, it's a big bash. And everybody's been the last 2 years we haven't had it because of different things. But this year we already done told everybody. My auntie already done sent out the flyers. We having it. So I get hit up on even Facebook talking about y'all still having y'all big bash. I can't wait, and blah blah blah. So it's not like I'm missing a party. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm having two.
Mm.
I'm a part of two. So it's not like I'm missing it. So I think I am going out of town because I got to give this person the answer tomorrow. And once I
Uh,
say whatever it is,
I say you text them right now and say, "All right, what time we leaving?"
okay. I know what time we leaving. What's up, Sissy?
Well, there you
Hey,
go.
hey, how you doing,
Who that?
Donna?
Who that? Who that? Who?
STC,
What
HB.
up, TC? I'm not in that
Hey,
screen.
hey,
I'm
JB.
messing with my settings. What up, though?
Yeah, what's up, bro? And hey, hey to the chat.
Yeah, we leaving at noon. What now? We leaving at noon Sunday. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
That Sunday the day before my birthday. We leaving at noon, and it'll take us
Oh,
about an
okay.
hour 20 to get up there.
Well, there you go. That's settled. So, what's next?
Hey, what's up,
I did,
Sheila
I do, I
K?
did. I just wanted to come up real quick and say number one, I am very, very happy and I am so excited for your grandbaby and her new journey, her new chapter in her life. I also want to say how important it is to keep talking it up and continue to, keep her in favor, keep her in grace, keep her in mercy and love in the Almighty eyes. Keep talking to her and keep doting on her. Do not allow her to go out having parties and things of that nature later for that. She'll be able to do all that when she get to school. Right now, stay home, go to work or go to wherever and stay home and all of that.
Yep.
Trust me when I
Mm.
tell you,
I looked in
because
her eye today.
as soon as people hear that she's going, or it's mentioned or whatever, it's the jealousy. You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Keep her away from all of that. And lastly, I also want to say we need to do something Creole and talk about the importance of black men escorting their young ladies to college.
Mm.
Absolutely. We can do it. I'm all up for
Okay,
that. Yeah.
the just sometimes just being there
Makes a
and
difference.
it makes a big difference
Mm-hmm.
when you're what we call them a fresh woman. When you're a fresh woman on the college campus, of course everybody's gravitating to the fresh ladies, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And so you have a brother and you have some brothers and things of that nature. Those guys are gonna be like, nah, I don't think I want to even talk to her, because if I gotta talk to them, I don't want to talk to her. Then I don't want to do that. See,
Yeah.
so you see, so sometimes bros need to understand in our families, let them go there. They don't have to say much. You take her stuff upstairs, show your muscles, carry that stuff upstairs. Let those other people know that she got a whole
Thank you,
entourage.
Sandy. Smooches.
I
Thank
got a question. I got a
you.
question.
You understand what I'm saying? That she's got a whole entourage.
She
That
does.
if anything goes down with the diggy diggy down down, get this is coming.
So,
And it's
Okay.
more.
TC, let me ask you a question.
Yo,
So, and this is, I understand what you're saying. That's what's up because I do that. Like, just to let you know that I'm here. So don't try it because she got somebody to call. But what if she only got like some wimpy looking brother? or like do she go get like a brother decoy?
See, well, it's
No,
where I
seriously,
come
like, because if
from.
we trying to create this, like, thing, like, yo, don't try it, like, because we all have societal norms of what we think looks strong, or whatever. He might look like that, but we don't know he might be a martial art, master martial artist or whatever. But if he looks wimpy, does she go get one of her stronger looking cousins?
I mean, here's the thing. I do believe in variety is a spice of life, and so what you want to do is you want to have a variety, because let me just say this
Feel
about
you.
that person that may not be so, um, I guess you could say body brawn,
Mm-hmm.
but they can be mind intellectual,
True.
mentally intellectual, with a bandwidth of emotional fortitude that is better than even brawn. We we don't understand in the black community, and the Asians and other people do understand this, that is the bandwidth comes within in the mind, you
Mm-hmm.
see. And so if she can outwit and outsmart and not get herself into a situation with a brother because he's smooth, smooth, like, yo, what's up, baby? I'm mommy, yeah, I mean, what's up, blah, 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 all of that kind of stuff, because she has a brother or a man in her family that can give her that mental fortitude,
Right.
that emotional fortitude, that in and of itself is better than 50 million giants. And we know this because it is Bible,
That's
because
true.
David was a puny little thing, and he was able to beat the Goliath with five hits. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we don't really care about like brawn looking,
Right.
especially if they're dipsy doodle in the head, dumb in the head, and they don't have nothing they can't even speak a sentence correctly.
Mm,
But what we are looking for is quality.
I
So if we
feel
can
you.
have that and have all of that, and or different, or have an array of that in the rainbow.
Mhm.
And when I say the rainbow, I'm talking about just diversity. Have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, have a little bit of hey, this, that, and the other. You have all that kind of good stuff. Have it all, then that's good too.
Yeah, and I
Mhm.
think I think it's extremely important for our black women to, hey Bert, for our black
Word.
women to know that they are actually supported, or that they have an actual support system, because I think a lot of the times they
Right.
don't know that until they run into a situation, and then they have to go searching around or be in like this damsel in distress mode. And I've always tried with my sisters and my people's, like, don't ever think that you ain't got nobody here, because
Right.
if it's just me, I'm gonna rally the rest of the support system that you need. Just know that you got that first piece and that first,
Hmm.
level, and I got you.
Right.
So I think if you just let them know that too, they can rest assured that, if anything goes off, they taken care of.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, and I mean, and it's interesting because Creole and JB, I go back, and these are the times that you're gonna talk, and your grandchildren are going to remember. Hey, y'all, when I went to college, they're gonna be talking to their grandkids
Yeah,
Creole, and
yeah.
they're gonna be talking about when their grandma came, and she was crying, and she had baked us a cake, and she had baked us some pie, and
Mhm.
before we left she gave us a blanket and this, that, and the other, and on and on and on. And grandpa, he went outside and he told those guys, don't you miss with my granddaughter, or else I'm gonna have to, you gonna be blah 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 blah. And that's what granddaddy did. That's what granddaddy did. You know what I'm saying? and
Right,
and
Mhm.
uncle and Unc, he was there, and only thing he did was show him his 357, and then he got kicked off the campus and everything, and he had to go. And then, but see, these are the stories.
right.
Right.
These
Yeah.
are the stories. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing. And
And you know
so
what?
don't take it lightly. What this is, the beginning of another part of you all's chapter, and of roots. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yep, yep.
But I think
All
this is
right.
a generation of we had a whole, like, I talk about this a lot of time. I think we had a whole generation of lackadaisical people, like they got complacent, And I think we're now just realizing that that complacency has put us in the place of a deficit. So I think we're now like building that back up. The importance of actually creating those moments and memories that so that we do have those stories down the line, but also we're back on the track of trying to create legacies. So a lot of people haven't thought about that in a long time. So I don't know.
Well, one of the things that JB I wanna make real clear is that when I first came on YouTube, and I met Creole, and I talked about my experience in terms of my experience with HBCUs and my legacy. First thing she talked about was her grandfather.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the thing is that what we have done is become lackadaisical and don't talk about those things. But here's the thing.
Right.
I don't see, uh we get so good at cussing each other out and calling each other names, and other people gaslighting people, and oh, go, yeah, girl, do that, call them this. But see, let me tell you something. I've been on various college campuses throughout the world.
Hmm.
Okay, and most of the HBCU campuses. And the one thing that I have seen is to see these young people when they get on that campus. And I'm not saying all of them don't graduate. We all know that, left, right, we get it.
Right.
But the
Right.
ones that do stay there and prevail, we're proud of them.
Yeah.
And we have to continue to talk about them. What we have done is switch the conversations to some niggadom stuff,
Hmm.
Well,
and we forget to
Bunch of
talk
nigga.
about our young people, and we forget to talk about our we talk about rappers and people beating each other up on YouTube, all kind
Hmm.
of dumb stuff. And they have created this for us, and we fell right in the trap. And then they continue to, what they do is they pay people to do this.
Well, I think
I'm
we
not I
created a
don't go
culture
for it.
of you're grown
I
now.
don't I don't What'd you say?
I said I think we created a culture of you're grown now. Like, we heard that before. Like once you get 18, you're grown, or when you get this, you do this, you did. And we think we created these people, these young people who are self sufficient and like they can go out and they can do anything. And we haven't, because we forget that we still have to support them. We still have to let
Right.
them know
Right.
what resources are out here, or we still got to guide them in some places. I think we got like to the point where it's like, yo, I raised my kids. So it's like nobody told you to have them. So you actually doing what you're supposed to do. You don't get no extra like kudos for that, but
okay.
you actually sitting there actually being an extra support and still sticking by them when you say they're grown and when they're going through all these trials and these new phases of life. That's something I can say, oh, I commend you for that because you went above and beyond what you felt like was your duty. So I think a lot of times we just be like, they know what to do, and we just leave them.
Again, those people that are constantly put out in the light. Again,
Yeah,
those
yeah,
I
absolutely.
didn't I cannot say, really cannot say that about my colleagues and those people that I've gone to school with, those people that I've sent to school. What happened, Creole, when you a situation? What did you do as a grandma? You reached out to touch somebody to ask for some help.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Hmm.
And that's what we do. Yeah, we have black people
No,
that's
they
out
out
here
there, like
that's
you
doing
said.
the
We don't
doggone
hear those.
thing.
We don't see that
But these
though.
weirdos that are
And
here on YouTube,
yeah,
these weirdos, they ugly. They don't have nothing to show for. They're uneducated.
I
They don't
can't.
have
I
nothing to
can't.
show. The uncredentialed, the whole
But
nine
that's what's
yards. Let me tell you
influencing the
something. They
culture,
don't want to see or want to talk because they don't have nothing on nobody, because they don't have anything. But we
right?
have black people, and we couldn't be here if we didn't.
Mm.
But we have got to even in these YouTube streets and this thing called social media that has been powerful. We have got to continue to talk about the people that we do have that continue to support the
Mm.
grandparents. They have organizations they call grands are parents. There's organizations where grandparents are parents and they're taking care of their grandchildren as their own,
Yeah, I've been
even
there.
in the absence of. Let's give people kudo and give people credit where credit is due.
I agree.
You
You
know,
know, and
I
mhm,
talked to a lady. She comes in with me, and she gets her tune up like I do. We got the same days and all this. And me and her was talking, and her husband, and she said, I got so much stuff I have to get rid of. She said, and things came from my. She was a white lady. She said things came from my mother. She said I was trying to give them to my grandkids, but they don't want anything. They like no, get rid of it. I said, you know why? Because this generation, I said not all of them, but we're just gonna say for the most part, this generation that came out before this last generation, not the 18s right now, but the ones
Mm.
above that. I said they have no sense of knowing their history. They have no sense of wanting to know their history. They don't care. All they want is a phone in their hand. Baby, if it comes to saving your life, they'll let you go to hold that phone. Okay. They don't care nothing
Mm.
about that. And I think somewhere along the line, parents have failed, when it comes to, do you know who you are? Do you know whose you are? Do you know where you came from? And yes, I know us being, black people, a lot of times we don't know how far back our history go because of slavery and things like that. But as far back as you can go, there was something that was built so that you can stand on the shoulders of your ancestors and reach your next level. And I
that's
used to
right.
tell my
Yeah,
children, I used to tell my kids, don't do what I do. Use what I did to get to the next level. And that's how
that's
we're,
right.
I'm your stepping stone. Step on me. Mama went through all this, mama did that, so we wouldn't have to. And that's why I just said when I started, stop taking your children's innocence. A lot of times parents
Mhm.
show their kids too much.
Right,
Mm.
Get
right.
mad
Too
when they
early.
acting grown.
Hmm.
Well, you get over there and stay in the child's place. But then when they're in the child's place, you call them to do all this other stuff that makes them grow up quicker. And so they confused.
Yeah.
We got to take some responsibility with that. We really do. And so,
Hmm.
it just is what it is. And like I said, it's hard for me. It's hard for me for two reasons. One of them is hard because that's my baby and she's grown now and she's starting her new life. Okay. The reality has set in. But also when we was saying our goodbyes today, I said, I have to hug you extra because of Papa, talking about my late husband.
Mm.
As you know, Papa would have been standing right here. I said, Papa would have already let the tears fall in his eyes. He didn't care. I said, but this is something
Hmm.
we dreaded to see, but we was looking forward to see is our babies, going off to college. So yeah, it was just bittersweet because as I was coming back in the house, and this is the same house I had with my late husband. So as I was coming back in the house, I felt his presence, like we did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but I just felt it and it brought tears to my eyes because I'm like, dang, you here. And then I had to shake it off and just, go on. So it was bittersweet today. But I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I told her, grandmama might need you to buy me some, girl. I pay for somebody to take care of me, so I need you to be rich. She said, okay.
I know that's right.
So
Hey, hey, JB, have you ever been on a black college campus?
Let me see. Actually, have I?
if you got that,
Okay.
No, no,
No, no,
no.
that's what
I
I'm
have
saying.
friends. Yeah, I have friends who have
Mhm.
gone to HBCUs. But me myself, I have not.
And this is what I say about the feeling. See, Maya Angelou said you can, a person you remember a person how they make you feel. You remember a
Mm.
situation how it makes you feel. And of course, I could tell you didn't because if you had first thing you'd have said, "Oh yeah, I've been," you'd have said that.
Yeah,
And
you
all
know
I'm
why I
saying,
thought about it because
what?
I was like,
No,
I
no,
know
no.
I
Listen,
haven't.
listen,
Go
listen,
ahead.
listen,
Go ahead.
listen, listen.
Go ahead.
What you need to do is go to a black college campus around the time that the children are going back to school. They
Mm.
it is an amazing feeling to watch the metamorphosis of those young people.
Yeah.
Then go back 4 years later to graduation. I guarantee you, JB, I'll give you whatever I have. You will not be able to hold back those tears because it is amazing. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing.
I can imagine.
It
And the
is.
reason I said that was because my friends, and that's the feeling I got. That's why I thought about it. Cause it was like, I feel like
Mhm.
I've heard so many stories and like been immersed in them, actually being caught up in telling these stories from those
Okay. Okay.
experiences that, yeah, I
Yes.
got that feeling that you're explaining now. And that's why I thought about it. I was like, wait, no, I haven't. But my
Okay.
friends have been so in it, and we've
Yes.
had these conversations before, and I've seen my black sisters just have conversations with each other and like their experience, and I'm like, I do have those tears. Like I'll tell you, like when I see people getting blessed, I actually cry. Like I get happy. It doesn't have to be me. Like I love it and I see it. And I
Right.
love
I
seeing
could tell
change
you
and
that
growth.
kind of person. Yeah, I could
Yeah.
tell you
So
that.
yeah.
But
So
yeah,
I've
I'm
been
telling
there.
you,
I know what you're saying though. Yeah. Actually.
yes. It's amazing. And then the beauty of it all is after college, it doesn't stop because I could say I've been so many years out of college since 1990.
Mm.
And let me tell you something. I just got a phone call from some of my buddies, okay? And they were like, "You gonna be?" Because at A&T's homecoming, the tickets went on sale, and 2 hours later they were gone. And they were like,
Wow.
"Did you get your ticket?" And I said, "You know, I got mine. Y'all got yours." They said, "Yep, we got ours." But the bottom line is that these were my buddies. I mean, we went through it together
Mm.
in the womb of our university. So I'm just saying, like, it's a comradeship forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And every one of us that have had this experience, it is a comradeship forever. So there
Yeah.
is such thing as a sisterhood, there is such thing as a brotherhood, and there's definitely such things as black young people who are doing a doggone thing. And
Absolutely.
I bear witness to it. And these folks that are out here talking their smack about, oh, it's not this, it's not that, they've never experienced that. Like
At all.
my father used to say, for somebody that used to say the money don't make you happy, they ain't never had no money. So anybody that said ain't
Okay.
no brother, ain't never, there is a sisterhood and there's a brotherhood, absolutely,
Check this out, y'all.
150%.
This
Yes.
is who she's pledging to, but check this out. Okay, now you don't want to play.
Right. Do
Yeah,
that, girls.
yeah,
Alrighty now.
yeah. She's gonna be a Delta. I said, girl, I was
Okay.
hoping you was coming with your granny in the AKA, but okay, I get it. 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 I
And
get
that,
it.
that's a whole nother see, we have rites of passages on so many levels, and so that this rites of passage right here is just the beginning. And so
Mhm.
the next rites of passage is to the sisterhood and the brotherhood, and then the next rites of passage is graduation, and then
Mm.
and then it's on rites of passage into, marriage, and then the next rites of passage into children, or whichever one comes first, or whichever order it comes in for people. There's always a rites of passage. It may not come in that order per se, but it whatever part, a new part of life that you entertain, you that is yours. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's gonna have a different set of circumstances.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
But
Okay,
yeah, but
so
yeah.
JB, his thing
Mm.
was today friendship, finding friendship over 40. Okay.
Hmm.
That's I think that's what it is.
That's a
Go ahead,
good
Jay.
one.
I don't want to talk for you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What point you were gonna make? Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, the point I was gonna make is, do you have any type of tips? Because his thing is he don't want to keep sharing friends. He says nothing wrong with that, but how do you, you know, go and make your own set of friends away from the friends that you got because they y'all friends, not just your friend. And I get that. Okay,
Hmm.
I get that. And my thing is dating over 50. That's what I was trying to say. That I had been married majority of my life. I never thought I would be back in this spot, but since I am, I really don't, and people say, well, you got to go somewhere to meet somebody, possibly. I could go to the store and bump into somebody. I don't have,
Not possibly.
yeah, I don't go to, I'm not a club goer. I did it in my early life. I don't,
Yeah, no, I always struggle with that too. I was like, yo, I don't go to no clubs or nothing like that. So I used to, school or work, that's where I meet them. But when you stop like switching schools and jobs and stuff like that, like when you get up there and you don't go to many different places like you used to, it's like, do I purposely go to the bookstore to look for friends? It's like weird, ain't it? It's like you friend shopping and book shopping. Like what? Yeah,
mm-mm.
like nah, that's crazy. But let me tell you what happened in the past like couple of weeks, and this is my example of why I want my own circle.
Okay.
So I moved here to a new state like 11, 12 years ago, whatever. And so I met somebody, a couple of people, and through them I met their friends. So my group of friends or the people I hang around with are their friends that I met through them. And so basically their loyalty and their first point of contact or whatever is them. Like I love them. We hang out, we chill, but I also want my group where I have, my things and my connections with that I've formed, you know, for me. Cause like this past week they were wilding out. Like so they go karaoke or go to the bar, go out and chill and stuff. This past week we went from these people loving each other, being in love with each other, to not being in love with each other, to actually fighting while driving, getting banned from a bar, um,
Oh,
and
wow.
like yeah, throwing all kinds of stuff at each other. And I'm like, see, this is why I don't hang out with y'all all the time. This is why I need my own
Mm.
friends. Cause y'all wild out. Look what is going on. Cause I wouldn't have been there anyway at the bar, well, which I wasn't. And it's just like, see, if I had my own set of friends, I wouldn't even like be hearing all this mess and caring. But I don't know. It's hard to find friends over 40 because you're so particular, because you've been through so much, and like you already know what kind of people you rock with and what you don't rock with. And I think I settled for just having somebody else's friends because it's easily to be like, well, those are your friends. Y'all chill. I don't want to always be in y'all stuff. I always give myself that it gives you an excuse to not want to go, to not go. So I don't know. I don't know if I really want my own circle or not. So I don't know what's going. I'm
Okay.
weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
My thing is, even with that, I would love to have, like, even me and my bestie. I got a bestie that live here in my city. We've been best friends since we were 4 years old. We don't see each other all the time. And one, because we both have our own life, but if I need her, she's there. If she need me, I'm there. I'm just not a person. I have to be connected to you in some way. We can be cool, but I have to be connected to you some way to talk to you on the phone. Because other than that, you don't get no conversation
Right.
with me. I
Yeah.
don't. I'm
Yeah.
just not that type. And I guess because I used to talk for a living all the time on the phone, so the phone doesn't excite me. But if I'm connected to you in some way, it doesn't seem like work. We can just
Hmm.
talk and it flows. You know what I'm saying? And so how can I say this? I don't know. I'm open. I'm very open now to dating. I am.
Mm,
But
I could tell.
I don't see nothing
Yeah,
work.
the friends and that's what makes it hard too. What you just said. I have friends that I've known since third grade, like or earlier, and so it's like once we grown up and like our lives have like gone our separate, like we have our separate lives in separate states and countries and things like that. It's like you accept those friendships and those are really your family now, but y'all are not close. So it's like now trying to find those friends here where I actually am. It's like Nah, because it took so long to like gain these friends and actually call them friends. Friends is used too loosely nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
and like to actually rock with somebody you can trust. You ain't gonna go out and be fighting while driving or getting banned from bars or like just doing dumb stuff or somebody you just rock with, and it's just hard because a lot of people are so disingenuous. Like they just they really just trying to rock with you for a certain reason, and it's like nah, and they'd be quick to like stab you in the back. So it's just like I don't know, maybe my trust is gone. That's what it is. My trust in people, like new people, is gone.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's harder. Dating is different because you know what you're doing. Like you know exactly why, your motive or what you're doing and what you're searching for, what the purpose is in actually talking to this new person and going out with them or whatever. And it's like you look for particular things that, transcend the boundaries of what a friendship and relationship or a romantic relationship is. So it's like as a friend, I'm looking for you to be loyal and trusting and all this other trustworthy and all this other stuff. But romantically, there's different things. So I think it's easier to date
I'm still looking
when you're older.
because if I find out, matter of fact, I wrote a poem today about that. I'll read it later. But yeah, if I find out that you're a liar, that's a turn off to me. I don't,
Mm,
I won't even entertain you. I'll let you up front. Oh, sweetie, you cool, but I can't trust nothing you say. Okay, case in point, two things. One, just like what's his name? Oh, dang, it just went out of my head. He's a rapper, and he's on these TV shows now. What is his name? Oh my god, he's a good rapper too. Anyway, he said
chance.
no, he was doing an interview with I think Shannon Sharp, and he said that he will not do business with any man that cheats on his wife.
Oh,
So many men gave him so much flack about that, and the way he broke it down was so smart. He said, he said, if you gonna cheat on the woman who you said I do to, and that you gave your name to, and you supposed to be pledged unto her, what makes
mm,
me think you won't cheat on me?
that's true.
And I
That's
agree
true.
with that. So many people got so mad about that. I agreed with that. I'm like, hey, that's real talk. If you're gonna
That's real
cheat on
talk.
the one you gave your last name to and you supposed to love and honor and cherish and blah blah blah, why would I do business with you? Because you'll backstab me too.
Yeah, that's one of those things people say, yo, when people tell you who they are, believe them the
Come
first time.
on, my Angelo. Come on.
Yeah, because it's like they don't, it's just not an action towards you, it's how they move and how they operate. That's why with certain people on YouTube and stuff, it's like you may be playing out a character, but I don't fuck with your character, my bitch.
Okay.
My bad for my language.
Okay.
But I just
I don't like you like your characters.
but that character that you playing out up with that character, so don't expect me to like act like I know you. We don't know each other. You gonna present a character but then want me to treat you like I know you personally. I don't know you. I know your character and I don't with your character.
Okay. And then my second point of that I'm gonna say is okay. So I know I'm older now. Okay, like I said, I was with my late husband for the majority of my life. I was
Integrity. There you
30 years,
go.
right? But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm kind of not scared in the sense, but that's the best word to use for this about if we get together intimately. Because like women, as we get older, we get better. Men, as they get older, not so much. Okay? Not
I heard where you was going with that. That's why I was laughing. I wasn't laughing about the first part. I was like, why she trying to play us? That's like what?
okay. And so I'm at that point. But wait a minute, this is gonna blow your mind. Let's do a sidebar real quick. So
Damn. Oh, sorry.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna let y'all do this because I definitely don't have anything to contribute to relationships with the way I've been. So you all know
You
my
know what?
story. So I don't have no relationship giveaways to anybody. But I'm gonna go back in the chat and listen to you too. So
okay, all
thank
All
right.
right.
thank
Thank
you.
you, sis.
All
Thanks for
right now,
coming up.
Doc. Thank you, JB.
Hey,
Peace out,
Paulette,
brother.
smooches,
Yeah.
ooh, chat.
All right.
So okay, but check this out. My
Mm.
daughter, okay, my one of my daughters that live in St. Louis. We was talking, and she was like, uh, But mama, I'm surprised that you ain't found a girlfriend. Let that marinate, Jay, before you even talk. Let me. I said, excuse me.
Mm.
You mean really you thought about that? She said, yes, ma'am. She said, I really think that you should. Okay, so my baby boy told me, Mama, I've thought about this. Daddy was a unicorn. Talking about my late husband. He was a unicorn. I think you'll either have to go out of your race to find somebody like him or better, or you're gonna have to date the same sex. Okay, that's two kids. Okay, two. Two.
Mm.
All right. I'm like, what is with y'all in huh? He said, I'm just saying. He said, I really don't see, and I hate that he has this view of black men because he's a black man himself. But like he said, I don't see really no black man like my daddy was. He said, I don't. He said, I work with older men and they horrible. He said, I be looking at them and thinking about my daddy, like, dang,
Dang.
who raised y'all? So okay, my baby girl. So I'm talking to her and I said, guess what your sister said? She said, what? So I'm telling her she's quiet. So I said, then your brother, your baby boy followed up with, I mean, my baby boy followed up with blah, 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 your brother. And she said, well, I agree. I said, wait a minute.
Uh, uh,
Huh?
uh,
She said, I'm surprised, Mama, that you don't have a girlfriend. She said, I'm so serious. I said, why do I look gay to y'all? Do I? She said, no, it ain't nothing like that. But we know how our daddy treated you. And I really don't see no other man treating you like that. I don't. I could be wrong. This is what she's saying. I could be
mm.
wrong. I doubt if I'm wrong, but I could be wrong. So I think it's going to take a woman to treat you like that. So I'm quiet now because there's three kids. Okay, I go to my oldest son. I'm like, let me tell you what your siblings is saying. He said, what now? So I'm sitting downstairs at his apartment, and I'm telling him blah blah blah. And he's just looking at me. I said, "Why are you quiet?" He said, "I'm just waiting for you to finish." I said, "Oh, okay." So I'm going on, and I can't believe and blah blah blah. He said, "Well, I kind of agree." I'm sitting now. I'm done. I'm like,
Hey, Catherine.
I ain't gonna ask another kid because I'm scared of what y'all gonna say. So I decided I'm gonna ask my sister because my sister's married to a woman. They've been married for I forgot how long. Anyway,
Mm.
I'm gonna ask my sister. I said, "Hey sis," she said, "What's up?" I said, "Since we all out to eat right now," I said, "I want to ask you something." She said, "Yes." I told her blah 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 blah. She said, "I've been waiting on that myself." She said, "I really have." She said, "I
Oh
told
wow.
my sister that I think my sister gonna have to find a woman because to me that's the only one gonna treat her like my brother did." I'm done. I'm done, JB. I'm done. I don't know.
I'll
I'm
tell you what, I can't
yeah.
see it happening.
What's up, Catherine?
No, no, I see what they're saying, and man, it's so loaded because, like you said, the expectations of us is like, damn, that's what y'all think of us. But because I know who I am, I know he's out there.
Yeah.
So therefore, I don't think it would take all that. I know what they're saying, but I also just don't think you would mesh with a woman either. I just don't
Now,
think that.
now, now, to be,
No,
people that
I think you can no, not as far as like y'all being cool and all that. Maybe having experience and all that other stuff, but you actually just being with. No, I just don't.
well, thank you. Somebody got my back. But, because of my past, like I did have a girlfriend once before.
Mm,
And it didn't start out me being a girlfriend to this person. She at the time was one of my other best friends. And I
right.
didn't know she was feeling me the way she was feeling me, and all this. And she finally admitted it, and one thing turned to another. So we dated for a while, and everything until I had to almost choke her out. And
Exactly. I know we get to that point. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I was waiting for you to say that because I just don't think you would. No, you and women. It's just like,
right,
it's
right.
not. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It'll
So
be a cute, sisterhood, and y'all go kiki and go. I don't know, play pickleball or whatever people do
uh,
nowadays, or go to brunch and all this other stuff, and have like I don't know what you call it, the female version of a bromance. But as far as you really, nah, I can't see it because it's just not
thank
gonna
you so
happen.
much because my kids got me bent. I was like, what the what? They had me, I mean, but I started laughing. I did. I laughed so hard. I'm like, wow, really?
Now I see what they're saying though. I think they're saying you require the level of emotional and emotional attention and everything that you need of what they feel women do.
Mhm.
um and you have found somebody that was so unique that provided that you ain't gonna find that again. But like I said, I know who I am, so I know he's out there. So
I agree.
therefore,
I agree. Yeah.
yeah, you know,
Mhm.
I feel like you can find him, and he'll come along. Well,
Yeah.
he'll find you. Sorry, reverse.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I'm just like,
I
okay,
mean, I don't know, cause y'all was having these this thing. Y'all was a little open the other night, so therefore, I see the possibilities.
let me tell you about Mr. D Ham himself. Okay. He's a mess. That's all I'm gonna say about that. He's a mess. I ain't messing with him. He's a mess.
I was like, "What? Y'all was turning up." I was like,
It was your
"No."
fault.
Uh,
Shoot.
I mean, okay.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
It
I
was,
was just talking though. Y'all was the one who was taking it to y'all old place. I don't know
mhm. Yeah,
for the
nah,
old folks.
he's unemotionally he's well, like it's he's emotionally unavailable. He's very much emotionally unavailable. So that's why he's a friend. He's in the friend category.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in the friend. Now,
Well, luckily you're a pastor, and you don't easily submit to other things because I mean you didn't necessarily have to be just like some connection to where y'all like get married or anything, but y'all both in y'all C place for
so
celibate.
uh,
C for celibate. But
yeah,
y'all C place and
mm,
y'all doing good. And I don't want to influence y'all either.
I can't see. I'm not saying it won't happen. I hope it don't because I'm really trying to hold out. But I can't see me having sex without a ring. Seriously, without a marriage. I just
Okay.
can't because I've been with one man almost 30 years.
Yeah.
And I know what I got. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I know I'm clean and I
So
ain't got
you never had it because I'm always curious about females and uh I mean, sorry, but females and horniness. Like when y'all go without, I know how dudes are, obviously. But females, do y'all? Because it's like I guess studied that y'all watch less porn or y'all are less likely to masturbate and things like that. But do y'all get as like? Do y'all have periods where y'all get as horny when y'all are celibate for long periods of time?
Okay, so let me answer that in
From
two
your
ways.
personal opinion, go ahead.
Okay. Let me answer that in two ways. The first way is I haven't as of yet. That's why I said I hope, I can still hold out
Mm,
and everything because I look at it like this. I was so in love with the man that I took his last name that I don't know. It's just like if ain't nothing coming that's gonna equal that, I'll be okay. I mean, so two, I had to and this is, I've told about this too. I don't know if you heard it, but I used to be a sex addict.
I
I,
heard you mention it, but I haven't heard the story behind it.
yeah, I used to be a sex addict. And just to because I'm healed from all of that. So when I talk about it, people will be like, she talk like it don't bother me because why would I talk
Mm,
about it if it was gonna bother me? But um I don't I kind of keep to myself sometimes what I share because I don't want to offend nobody. And
right.
believe it or not, a lot of times people get offended by your story. I don't get that, but whatever. But I became a sex addict because of the access that people had to me as a young child growing up. Okay.
Right.
My second daughter is my first cousin's child.
Mm.
Make it make sense. Okay. But
Oh, put like I want to make a note of that when we go back. Go ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, no. It's a whole nother thing I wanted to talk about because somebody said it in a chat before when they were trying to say that oh, when a certain person, a content creator, I won't mention her name, she was just saying of an experience she had at a sleepover in her age, and first they assumed that it was an adult that she had the experience to it, and she said no, it was a peer, and they were like, oh, that's weird, and I'm like, how is it weird for two prepubescent or teens going or going through puberty to actually experiment with each other and to have these experiences. It's like that's what happens. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying like y'all
Yep.
going around, learning how to like full blown like bang out and stuff, but it's like what do you think happens in this world?
Yeah. That's right.
But it's like I don't know. They make it seem so weird to the point where people do weirder stuff to avoid trying to be weird, and things
Right.
happen like these taboo situations, and we're like, well, y'all wanted to keep them from everybody else, and y'all try so hard to do this and this and that. You forced them into another situation
Yeah.
just because you didn't want to talk about it. You didn't want to acknowledge the things that are going on. You didn't want to educate. You thought it was just gonna happen, and then it's like, now what?
Yeah, and see, also with me, my situation was so complex because, like I said, I used to tell people like this: if you ever been to a smorgasbord, you can have whatever you want anytime you want, and
Hmm.
that's how the people treated me. Like anytime they wanted whatever, they had access to me, and they shouldn't have, okay,
Right.
but they did have, and I'm talking girl cousins as well as boy cousins as well as uncle. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
it's unfortunate.
yeah, and so that made me develop a craving for sexual touch, sexual gratification. And
Hmm.
so as I began, and that's why I was talking about the dominatrix thing, because um I started, I thought, okay, I'm just gonna stop and I'd be okay, blah blah blah, because I wouldn't sleep with a whole lot of people, but whoever was lucky enough to be my man at that time never
Hmm.
unsatisfied. Matter of fact, I wanted it more than them. Okay, that's just how bad it was. And once I
Right.
so when I did become and I went into dominatrix as a way to fix that craving that I had. And I
Hmm.
started with the guy that was the CEO I was dating with. He was actually my first client.
Oh,
And yeah, he was my first client and everything. And I didn't know, and even to this day, I am still apologizing to him because he's been married 5 times
oh,
since me and him broke up. I've been married once, he's been married 5 times, and he's not married to none of them now because that
excuse me.
sexual thing that he was so used to from me, nobody else could do that. Nobody else could feel that appetite. Nobody, and that's what he got married for, to think that, well, if I get married, this person gonna do it, blah 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 blah, and none of them could do it. And so even now, like right now, he's single, he's by himself, you know,
Mm,
going through his own little storm, physically, but he's by himself. He's like he just he don't know. And I apologize to him because I know I did that. I did that
mm.
trying to feel my own satiable appetite. I turned him out. Does that
Let
make
me ask you a question.
sense?
Excuse me. With the dominatrix thing, was it you actually? Because a lot of people with the whole dominatrix thing, from what I've been told and seen, they don't necessarily have intercourse or whatever with the person, and the person usually gets their rocks off by the means of being dominated and all the other stuff, and it's usually about the other person. Were you going like as far as actually having the full blown out sex and everything? Because I'm wondering if it was you did that to fulfill the sexual desire, or if you fulfilled use that as a substitute for actually doing it, and still being, I guess, sexual adjacent. It's still sexual, but maybe you weren't actually going the full out blown all the way in intercourse all the time.
Well, he started out my man I was dating, okay,
Hmm.
and we got engaged. So yeah, I was having sex with him, but I took him on that journey, okay, because he had been so sheltered and everything, and it was a thing of, I want to do something with you. And
Okay.
that's how it started. He anything I wanted to do, he allowed me to do it until he would ask me. And it would bother me so much. Like he would call me on the phone to ask me what was I doing.
Hmm.
Regular conversation before I could really tell him what I was sitting there doing, like watching TV, crocheting, whatever. He would start saying things, giving words that I know what he wanted. And I got to a point I would have to tell him, I'm going to bed early. No, I'm doing something. No, I got other things to do, and everything. But that became sort of dangerous with him. And, I don't really get into that, but that became very dangerous for him. Um, but he was my first. That's why I said. And then, I had other people that wanted to experience different things, so like I said, dope dealers, I would never say who they are. Another CEO, a policeman, things of that nature. They trusted me, and that was the thing. It's all about trust for real, okay?
Right, right.
And to see how far you can take a person without breaking their will, okay? And I got to admit, I think when it came to the guy I was dating, and then he ended up being my subby, I think I broke his will.
Mm.
I'm saying, because it became a point to where it became dangerous.
Right. So do
Yeah,
you think you push the boundaries because of your history of some of people having that access and introducing you into stuff um without you actually having any input in it, that you wanted to now become the person doing the teaching or the leading, or or was it just about attaching to some type of uh sexual thing that was outside of whatever else because you've been introduced to so much so soon that now you're looking for something new? Was it which one?
two things can be true at once.
Mhm.
And I really believe it could have been a little of both. However, I always asked, because I didn't want it to seem like some form of a grape. I'm sorry, I said that word. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I would always ask if he was okay with it. And because he wanted me in whatever way he could have me, I
Uh,
think he said yes. And
he
then he
said yes,
started
so
getting,
you used that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you
I
took
think he
advantage of
started
that.
getting to it. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I
Mm.
seen that happen. I've actually, I watched documentaries and, read some stuff, and I've seen to the point where people had to pull back and stop because they knew they were getting to the point where they were, like you said, close to breaking or breaking people's will because they knew they had the power. So the more power people give people, the more power people take, and the more power people require.
Right.
So it's like, don't keep on giving me so much, but I'm not gonna tell you not to give me so much. So it's like,
Let me
how
tell
did
you,
you get out of that though? How did you
let me
escape
tell you
that
what happened.
cycle?
The first thing, two things happened. Okay. The first thing that happened was, um, okay, I'm gonna tell you this story and I'm gonna get it, then I'm gonna let you talk.
Mm.
Okay, real quick. One night, it was Kentucky got about 7 inches of snow. Okay. And the roads was crazy and all this and stuff. So I was in my bed watching TV. He calls me. He's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Watching TV." He said, "You don't want no company?" I said, "Not really. Not in 7 inches of snow." you know.
Mm, mm, mm.
So he was like, "Oh, because I was gonna." I said, "You really gonna try to get to me in 7 inches?" And I know it don't sound like a lot, but y'all snow and the roads ain't treated and it's cold. So I
Wow.
said, "Okay, we'll see if you get here." And I swear, I'm telling you the truth. I didn't think he was gonna come. He got so far, and I noticed when I heard that knock on my door, I'm like, this boy really came, but I didn't see no car. When
Mm,
I looked out my window, my little peephole, I said, this is really him. And I opened the door. He said, I'm almost froze. I said, why are you froze? Where's your car? He said, my car stopped way back there. He told me the street. And
mm,
from that street to where I was, and I was up on the hill, this man walked to
mm.
me in the snow, still snowing, no car, shoes, and a jacket.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Mhm.
Okay, that's crazy. That was one thing. And then for anybody who's very sensitive, you don't want to hear this part. And then the second thing that happened was that night when I said, just lay down, I'ma lay down, and we're gonna let you warm up, and then when it starts to become, daytime, we'll see if we can't get somebody to come and get you and take you back to your car. I never said I was gonna sleep with him or nothing. I just said lay down, and everything. But that night he decided that he wanted what he wanted and he raped me.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And of course, after it was over, he bought up in the corner and cried. We're
Mm,
talking about a man that's 6'4", 320 pounds. And let me see, right now he is 69 years old. I'm 54.
Oh wow.
Okay. So you can imagine at that time, that was before I got married. I was young and he was 15 years older than me, however much older that is of me.
Yeah, that's 15.
Hmm. So, yeah, that
That's
right,
wild.
those two things. Mm-mm. And what gave me pause to start looking at that was
Hmm.
he had already asked me to marry him. I told y'all he was number 5. He had already asked me to marry him and everything, and I was gonna marry him, and I said yes. But he made this statement. He was like, I don't care what you do, as long as you marry me and stay married to me.
Oh wow.
I said, what does that mean? I said, so if I was to decide to go and get another man and be with him, as long as I stay married to you and come home, that's okay. He said, yeah.
Mm.
I don't know no man who's in their right man gonna agree to nothing like that. I just, you know,
Well, I've heard of a few, but I've actually seen people who have lived the lifestyle, and they said that they before they actually make somebody their sub, they actually have to get to know them on a deep level, and like I don't know, I pretty much do like psychological evaluations and background checks because of situations like that. Because a lot of men who get into those situations who do become subs, they are doing it for some type of reason. Some people, are more, more lax with it, and some people get really, really dark and deep. And they were like, I'm not gonna deal with that because it can be obsessive. Like, was it single white female or whatever? What was it? Fatal attraction
fatal
type shit.
attraction, yeah.
Yeah, like, and for that reason, I was just like, yeah, they just like, yeah, I'm not gonna have too many. I'm not gonna do this, and if I do find one, I'm sticking with that. What they stick with that one. It's like a relationship without a relationship, but a relationship, and it's like weird. But yeah, that's heavy and deep stuff. So did you stop immediately after that, or how long did it take you for you to get out of that lifestyle?
Oh, he was, I had already like started telling everybody else that I was, I wasn't no longer going to do that because, like I said, he started giving me pause, and I was dating him. He wasn't just my subby; I was dating him. So
Right,
those lines had crossed. Remember, he was the first one I started with.
right, right.
So it was like he felt like no didn't mean for him because he was my man.
Mm,
Okay. So everybody else was kind of like, okay, sorry to see you go, but blah, 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 And I told them, your secret is safe with me. And it's true. All these years, they've never heard their name ever, and even when sometime I've seen two people, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, we bumped into each other and it was like, hey, how are you? I'm
uh,
like, fine, how are you? And you have a good day, you too. And that was it. You would have never known nothing. Uh,
yeah.
because a lot of men that enter into that, they don't have like they're very powerful in person. In
Uh,
their regular lives, they're very powerful men.
yeah,
But
they need
there
some
you go,
time where
Terry.
they need to like not be so powerful. Like alpha men, they don't realize that there's a point in your life where you need to not be the alpha somewhere, and that's where they get conflicted because you want to be the alpha so bad that you don't realize that when you meet certain type of people, they give you that energy to where you don't have to be the alpha for the moment, and you need to take it.
And a lot of times when I come on here and I be talking to wives and I be saying, it's okay to do this and this with your husband. What I'm trying to do without saying what I'm trying to do is let them know you need to pay more attention to your husband.
Hmm.
Because trust me, there are more men that's doing this than they wives know.
Yeah, yeah. Shoot, it's a lot of stuff they do that their wives don't
Okay.
know.
Well, okay, let me tell you what I went through real quick. I went through this too, and this is what, like right now, since I'm single, I'm remembering everything, and that's
Hmm.
what's holding me up into dating. But uh, my deceased daughter, her biological, who should never be named, I can't stand him. Um, Me and him was dating. Okay, I had
Hmm.
been over his apartment, everything. Matter of fact, I almost moved in. That's how much I was over there. Okay, and he had a roommate, right? And the first time the roommate met me, he was kind of standoffish, and I didn't understand that. I'm like, I ain't did nothing to him except spoke.
Right.
But the next day I came over and everything, he was kind of warming up to me. Okay. So I'm gonna say about maybe a month later, me and him was really, really close. Like we were close, okay. And so he said,
Uh,
you know what? He said, I like you. He said, I'm gonna have to say something to you. I said, okay, what's up? Let's talk. Like, yeah, I said, it's just us here right now. That's the best time to talk. He said, okay. So he said, who do you think I am? And I thought he was getting smart. He seen my face. He seen my
I
face. And
already know where this going. Oh, I gotta tell you. Oh, go ahead. I gotta
okay.
tell you a story about that. Go ahead. I already know where you're
Yeah,
going.
he
I
said, "Who?"
already
I
know.
said, and I looked at him. He said, "Oh no, I'm not getting smart." He said, "Seriously, who were you told I was?" I said, "You're his roommate." Like that. He said, huh,
Hmm.
and started laughing. I said, "What? You're not his roommate?" He
What
said,
up, 504? Go ahead.
"Hey, 504." He said, "That's my man."
Hmm.
See how quiet I am. I said, "Wait a minute, huh?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "That's my boyfriend."
Hmm.
I said, "You mean to tell me he's gay?"
Mm-mm.
When I said that, he walks through the door. When he walks through the door, he can tell that something was told to me that shouldn't have been told to me because he looked at my face and he looked at his face and he said, "What did you say?" Like that. I said, baby, it went down like good gas went up here. It went down because don't play with my life, okay?
Wow.
So I'm like, they go, because he's like, come on, because I said, I want to go home. You brought me here, take me home. So he's like, come on, so I can take you home. So now old dude is mad because he's mad at him for spilling the beans. Okay.
Hmm.
So he know he got to deal with me, and dealing with me ain't easy. All right. So them two get into it, and I mean they get to fighting. Do you hear me? Fighting where
Wow. Wow.
blood was shed, things was tore up, shirts was ripped off each other, all of that. You know what I did? Stood at the door, looked at it all. I ain't break up nothing because I don't care. That's
I
just how.
almost said something to you. I was about to say you ain't, but yeah.
Sure did. Went on downstairs. When I ain't care if they killed each other. Went on downstairs with the keys and got in the car and was listening to the radio. He comes out with a bloody ripped shirt, lip
Not you
busted.
waited. Anybody else would just took the car and been like, "Come get your car."
So I waited.
You know
Anyway,
what?
when he took me home and pulled up, was like, I want to say something to you. I stole him so hard. I thought I bust his head. When I'm serious, I stole him so hard, his head hit that window. Bam!
Oh
Just like it.
wow.
I said, I went off. Oh my God. All I thought about, and I'm sorry for my naivete, but all I thought about was, what if I got something? He's
Uh,
messing with me and he's messing with him. And that guy was supposed to have been positive. You feel what I'm saying?
right, right.
Okay. I found that out. He told me in the whole conversation. He was
Wow,
like, I'm HIV positive.
wow.
Right. And you playing with my life? Oh
That's crazy.
no.
That's crazy.
But then after that, he starts stalking me. He starts stalking.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, yes, he starts stalk. It was weird, climbing through my windows, showing up at my.
Climbing through your window. How old were
Yeah,
y'all?
I was how was I, 19? Something like that. Time has passed, honey.
How old was he?
Now here's the thing. I had to be hold on. I got emancipated at 18. I know I got
Mm.
emancipated at 17. And I thought he was 2 years older than me. Come find out he was 2 years younger than me. So yeah, it
Oh.
was weird. So around there
Oh.
before we turned 20 or whatever. But yeah, he climbed through my window, everything. He found out where I worked at and was sitting there. I had got a EPO out on him to keep
Uh,
him away from me. I
right.
come out of my job, the women, the apartment facility done moved me to a whole nother apartment down
Uh,
there with my family so I could be protected. I come out of my job laughing at my people, and I heard somebody say, "Hey." I turned around. I know that voice anywhere. I turned around. It was him sitting on top of his car. I just started screaming. I mean, screaming. The security guards and stuff came out, and my friends was like, "Oh my God." By the time the security guards looked, he had pulled off.
where's he now? Like, did he become full fledged gay or is
No,
he?
let him tell it. He never was. He's engaged. He drives a truck.
Mm,
Yeah. If
Well,
you
okay, 'cause the reason I asked that, not to cut
go
you off,
ahead,
but
go
the
ahead.
reason I asked that was because you said y'all were so young. If you think about the societal issues and pressures, especially back then, could he really be himself or really say it like they act like society really be pushing? I'm not saying he was right at all.
Okay.
I'm
Hmm.
just saying that I've seen it so many times that society has pushed people into these situations and make them act like they are something that they're not. Like the whole obsessive thing and stalking you and all the other stuff. It probably even wasn't because he wanted you. It was probably just because of the fact that you rejected him, and plus you knew this thing that he had to prove was not him.
Baby, he was
So
crazy.
it pushed him into a whole different mode and different zone. But I don't know, and then it's just like it's messed up that I mean, but seen it so much growing up, and I actually lost a friend. I like not
Really?
life, not life. I lost a friendship
Okay. Okay.
because just they just couldn't stop
Okay.
after they got married,
Okay.
and it
Okay.
was like every time I see you, like stop, like we're all friends, stop.
Yeah.
Every time I see you, every time I talk to you on the phone, like it's like stop. It's like now I gotta make excuses of why I can't come, why we can't get up, why we can't have a conversation. Cause
Because
it's like
you keep
stop.
on. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
it's like stop.
mm,
Yeah, so it's a lot of people out there. It's like even when people is like, "Yo, why did you go there if you didn't want it?" Like I don't know, it's just crazy. But I've seen it, so that's why I was like, societal pressures make you do crazy shit, like crazy stuff.
and I would have rather for
What up,
him, don't
Dan?
play with my life. That's all I ask.
Yeah,
What's up, man,
and
Trent?
that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part, especially if because I don't know how far back then and what the treatment for or whatever, but now you got prep and pep and doxy prep, oxy prep, and all the other stuff, and you got all the stuff, and you can be undetectable and all the crazy stuff. But like back then, I don't think they had all that. So it's like you really like really for real playing Russian roulette, not with just with somebody else's stuff. If you accept that and you want to enter into that situation and take those risks, that's fine. But don't do that to somebody else without them having to say so.
Right. Absolutely.
Like that's jacked up. Give people the option. Like if they say no, they just say no. It ain't my fault you can't deal with rejection. Maybe you need to stop dealing with people and deal with yourself first then.
I think that they had a reason also why I snapped that day and I stabbed him.
Uh-huh.
I
You ain't
think it's
say that part earlier, did you?
I seen it said it the other day. It's
Oh.
the same guy. I didn't tell you that it's the same guy. It's the same guy because I think all of that came into play when he pushed me. He said, and I said he hit me. He said he pushed
Uh-huh.
whatever you put your hands on me. It wasn't in a loving manner. And
Right.
so everybody know I'm quick with knives. So I lost it after I laid my baby down. It was on and popping, and it was just weird. Like if I never regret anything because I feel like everything is a life lesson. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you learn. Yeah, you learn
Right.
from stuff.
But
Yeah.
if it was sort of way that the Lord could give me an eraser,
Mm-hmm.
he would be erased. But then I can't erase him because then my
Cause
baby
your
would have
daughter.
never.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, it's
So yeah, that right there, that was ooh
my
wee.
bad. Hold on, right quick.
Okay. Anyway, y'all. But yeah, we just talking. We just talking. We just having these
Okay,
conversations.
I
Okay.
dropped the audio stuff. I got
Are
a
you
question for
saying?
you,
Okay.
and it's weird,
Okay.
kind of, sort of, not really. But hold on, let me pull up my notes.
Lord, you silly.
I did. I took notes. I had some topics I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
I won't say all of them. Just this one thing, right? What does the Bible say about men and women cutting their hair and all the other stuff?
And this is without me looking it up. Okay. Scissors really shouldn't hit a woman's head. Men's hair should always be cut. Because our hair is sort of a covering over our head. However,
Mhm.
other denominationals wear that, dollies and things like that because it's our crown. And that's another reason why it shouldn't be cut. But men's hair is not supposed to be long. However, the exception of that I really don't understand was Samson. Remember,
Mm.
Samson's hair was his strength, and it was long.
Right, and I saw a verse because I was looking at it, and they was talking about it, and they were saying that one of the verses says that a man should keep his hair long. He should not cut his hair, because of different reasons, and it gave me all these verses and stuff. But I was being messy when I started this research because somebody was talking about cutting hair and grooming and stuff. So can men not like? What about pubic hairs and stuff? So are y'all not supposed to be getting waxed and stuff, and these electrolysis, and y'all not supposed to be getting strips made and happy faces down in your cooch and stuff like that?
To be honest, when the verses was written and everything, no, we that wasn't even really thought of. It's a lot of things that quote unquote goes against what we are supposed to be doing as women, but because of Jesus coming and him being crucified and blah blah blah, he whatever would have been a sin of death to us is not a sin of death anymore. So a lot of things is under grace,
So everybody welcome to go play down in their yards and do some grooming and make hedges and bunny faces and shapes and stuff.
now I don't know, I think it's going too far, but that's my opinion. I think it's going too far, and like Sissy said, her serves a purpose. It really does. um Again, it throws me, and I'm gonna tell you why it throws me, because I always go back to Samson. I always go
Mm-hmm.
back to him. Okay. And I think different denominations are different families. Like, if you say the Hittites and the Gerbusites and all of these different people like that, I think they had a belief that wasn't under the belief of the kingdom. They had their own beliefs. And just like, okay, case in point, when the fallen angels came here and they slept with the women, you would have thought that the women would have been scared, but they wasn't. The women were already wicked, who the fallen angels slept with, went into to create the giants. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
those women were Canaanites. They were Cain's kids, and Cain's kids was as wicked as they came. Okay.
Mm.
So that's the ones that they made it with. That's the ones that they end up having these extra, extra, extra large kids with.
Anunnaki.
Yeah, the Anunnakis and stuff, and it's different ones and everything. So they had different beliefs. Okay. And the ites, the one with the ites on it, all the ones with the ites they were a form of a giant as well, and they all had
Mm.
beliefs. So different people believe different things. And to me, from what I studied, that's how you get denominations. Okay. You get a denomination because, let's say, we all start one denomination. We all believe Jesus Christ, him crucified, boom. Well, along the line, maybe Brother Joe decided, well, something with that don't seem right. Yeah, I believe Jesus Christ is a prophet, but I don't think this happened. So I'm going to start this movement. So he goes off and he starts this religion. And people that believe like him, they go and sub up under him. Then
Mm.
that was the people that's with Brother Joe and say, you know what? It don't even sound right. I'm going to do this. So then they start another religion. So that's how the denominations kept breaking off, because somebody had a problem with something that they studied, read, or heard. So that's why I tell a lot of people when they be trying to say Jesus is a Christian, no, he's not.
How can never mind.
Okay, but
I
people
mean,
believe
because
that.
Christianity came from Christ, who he is. So how can he be? Never mind. Never mind. Whatever.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, and I'm like, no, he's not. Actually, he was a Judeo. Uh, that's where they made Judeo Christian from. Hence the name Christ. Hence the name Christian.
Exactly. That's what I was like. How can?
It should mean to be Christ like.
Mhm.
That's where they come from. But
So yeah, he was a Christ like Christ. Okay.
okay. And I'm talking about those that follow along with the Christianity is to be Christ-like. And everybody who claim, not everybody, but you hear people say, I'm a Christian, but they'll shoot you as far as look at you.
Man, listen.
They'll shoot you as far as look at you and be like, oh, okay, that's the type of Christian you are. You sure you ain't Paul?
Well, I mean, they get that though, because you got the denominations, like you said. You can be a Christian that shoots. Like you'll find a denomination for that. Nah, this denomination we believe in shooting first. Like what?
The worst thing that I think I've ever heard that offended me, and people gonna get mad about this, but hey, was when I heard they was developing a Beyonce religion.
I heard. Wasn't there a rumor though?
Well, some people actually start trying to make that happen. You
Yeah, I
always,
know people.
yeah.
People probably try to make it. They make a lot of stuff happen, but she never
She
mind.
gets it down. Yeah, she said something about it, but people still was trying to
She practices whatchamacallit. She practices uh,
Oshun.
yeah, she has the Orishas and stuff. She has her Orisha
She
and
went far from what she used to believe. She used to be what was that, a Methodist. She used to be in the Methodist faith, and she went away from that and started. Uh,
what the Methodists believe, because I never really studied like the whole Methodist
they
versus
get like Christianity,
Episcopalian and
but they get into more of the African part of it.
got you.
Hmm.
So, cause you know what? What's so interesting. See, this is crazy because I've been in church, but I didn't grow up in church per se. Like I wasn't a church kid per se. Like I
Okay.
wasn't in like from the root. Like so I went, but like I was a part of a storefront church, and it was Christian Methodist Episcopal.
Oh, okay.
So I noticed though that we were there, it was so small that we fellowship, with us because we were family, so we had a different way. But when you went to the larger bodies, they had a certain way they functioned. And
Hmm.
I noticed that it was different. Like, you go to the United House of Prayer and then you go to Kojic and I started to notice that these different denominations really separate themselves for a reason. And I'm like, that was started to be mind boggling to me that people were really digging into the different, well, I'm the right Christianity for you, for to make it in. Y'all not going. Like what?
Yeah.
Like how does that work?
I understand. Let me say it like this too, because me being a female, okay, I understand actually why the Bible is so hard on females. Okay,
Mm,
again, I just said think about the fallen angels and them getting with the women. Okay, it's always been per documentation a woman who has caused the fall of things.
yeah, I was
Okay,
about to ask about that. How you feel
yeah,
about that?
even Adam and Eve, if you go back to Adam and Eve, yes,
Mm,
the commandment was given to Adam, okay? Because I hate when preachers say, well, it was that Eve girl that did it. No, 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 no. Let's read correctly, sir, ma'am, okay? It says, when he ate, their eyes opened. Not when she ate, when he ate, because the command,
because he was supposed to be the lead. He wasn't supposed to
right.
follow. So when he fell, or let's use fell for lack of a better term, when he fell, that's when everything fell apart because she can do what she want because she didn't have the expectation of being this person or that thing to lead and be ahead of and everything. So you're supposed to have the rationale to be able to say, nah, this ain't what it is, and I'm supposed to be the string. So I'm cool. She didn't. I help her pick her back up and all that other stuff. But if I go and do the same thing she do, that's when it falls apart.
That's it. That's it. Because, like you said, he was supposed to be the leader. God gave the commandment to him. Also, in the beginning, and I've been doing a series on this. I'm gonna have to pick this back up, but I did do. I started part 1 and 2 of this, and to where I said, if you read the word, if you especially started Genesis, okay, Genesis 1. If you read the word in the first chapter of Genesis, it says God made man and God made male and female, male and female. He made them. Okay, and what I mean by that is the way that it read at that time. God created male and okay. Now, people has argued with me about this, and I'm like, you can't argue with facts. It's in the book. You got to read the book. It's in the book. Because then when you go to, I think it's chapter 2 or 3, that's when you see that he put Adam down and took a rib and made Eve. Okay. But the way, if you read it the way that it is, it shows you that there was already a wife for
Lilith.
And that's what I think too. And I seen it in the apocrypha. Like
Apocrypha. Hmm.
I've read the apocrypha
The
as well.
Apocrypha, yeah. Lilith
Yeah,
was the first woman
yeah, and but they don't
or
like
the
to talk
first
about
female.
that. However, some of the biblical scriptures, it's a biblical scripture in the Bible that names Lilith. They forgot to remove that.
Hmm. But the thing about it is, too, what people forget is that there was a dang, what do they call it? Um, I can't even thinking
What you say?
canon. Oh, there was a vote on what to put in the Bible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm,
therefore, there are things that are not in the Bible that should be there that was discovered with the other pieces, and they put it and they voted on it in such a way to maintain control.
yep.
And it
Yep.
was and organized religion was created for control, so they can control who they put in power, the perception of power, and the extension of power and how far it went. So therefore certain things are phrased and certain things were rewritten and reorganized and put in such light to the fact that they studied this and made sure that I can use this for this and can control this way and control these people this way because the people have gotten from out of the realm of having multiple gods that was not working anymore. So therefore they created organized religions to hone in on single gods and all this other stuff. And we're gonna put it this way. We found these writings, these books, and we're gonna put it this way so we can control the people. And that's why they do it the way they do. That's why you see that certain
Hold on for a minute.
religions.
I gotta go check some. Keep on. Keep on.
Uh-huh, go ahead. Yeah, that's why you see that certain religions have certain restrictions on certain things and they do certain things. They have certain protocols and procedures to stop certain things. It's like because it was used as a form of control over the people, over the masses, because it was getting out of hand. They were losing control. And so that's what people don't realize. So you have to take what you receive from Bible, church, and all the other stuff, and you have to take it further and do your own study and go back and like make sure you have a personal relationship with God, and all that other stuff, because you can't keep on relying on other people because they're always going to use it to manipulate the people. Always. That's why they leave stuff out. But what up, mixology? What up, though? You're funny. I saw it, so you removed it. Yo, mixology, you go live like at times I'll be like, yo, I missed her live again. And I'll be like, yo, I it's so hard for me to do replays, yo. Like for me to go back and replay stuff, I'm just like, I can't do it. My ADHD just don't want to allow it. That's why I'm always like, that's why I'm so active in chats. If I'm in there, I'm active in the chat because like, yo, it kind of keeps me in the loop of what's actually going on. Otherwise, I'm not gonna pay it no attention. And I'm usually in like two or three lives at one point at one time, and I'm going back and forth. But red balling and actually doing replays, it's so hard. It's so hard for me. I don't know. I can't. I just no, I can't do it. But if somebody asks me to, I might lie and tell you I will, but I'm probably not going to. Oh yeah, sometimes I have to do multiple lives, otherwise I can't pay attention because most of the time, you know how you get into you go to you watch a live and then it's like the person or what's going on is not that interesting, or it might be lit, but it's not the type of stuff that you get excited about. So it's like, all right, so I can kind of bypass this part, but you don't want to miss it because then when people start talking about it, you want to be able to know what they're talking about. So you kind of leave it up, but you kind of pay attention more to other stuff. But with me and the way my mind processes, I can listen to like three or four conversations at one time. And I can hone in on which conversation I actually want to like pay extra attention to in my head. Yo, that's why I be in the chat. Yo, the chat is where it's at. Yo, I discovered that on IG during the pandy, I should say pandy. Like I was in the chat hard, like we was going hard body in the chat, and then I came over to YouTube lives, and then I was like, oh, these people wildin'. They
Yep.
crazy. But then I started getting into the chat again, and I was like, here I go. Here I go. Here I go again.
Here I go. Here I go. No, I'm just playing. But one of the things, let me say this to you guys also. I wanted to, one of the things I mentioned tonight in my ministry that I was, whatever you want to call it, shoot. Um, what am I trying to say? In my sermon. Oh, Lord, I couldn't even think of the
Ooh,
word. One of the
ooh.
things I gave out, and it's equal to what we're talking about now. I wanted to let everybody know this. One of the things I said tonight is that you got to know your opponent. A lot
Mm,
of people, when they get into a situation, they really think that the evil one, whatever you call him, is, just little whatever. But just like God has angels and he has super angels, meaning the cherubim, all of them, the thrones,
mm-hmm.
he's got all of this, those are the ones that protect him and the throne. Okay. Those are the ones that do some stuff. The only ones we know of is angels. There are so many selective beings that God has that builds up to him. Well, just like he has that, the devil got it too. Okay. Because
Right.
anything God has, he tries to mirror.
You learn from the
So
best.
I gave everybody tonight. So I'm gonna say this on here. Useless information if you're not into this or you don't care, but if you care about different things, especially spirituality, this is something to know. Okay, so one demon is called an imp. Okay.
Mm.
And usually, depending on your prayer life, you only get one demon assigned to you on that day to hear what you're saying. But if you ain't making no moves, you ain't gotta worry about it. Seven demons are called strong men.
Mm.
Okay. Then hence the name, strong man. They come to hold up your prayer, hold up what you're asking for, make your life a little bit more miserable. You go out there to pull out the driveway and find out that your tire split. Little stuff like that. Strong man. Okay.
Right.
100 of them are called centurions.
Okay.
Okay. 600 are called cohorts. We
Oh,
talking demons. It's called cohorts. Okay. 3,000 to 6,000. That's where you get to legions.
Legion.
Yeah, and powers are principalities and things of that nature. Those are the ones who yeah. Remember when the man was in the tomb, he was cutting himself on the tomb and everything, and they spoke out of the man and they asked Jesus, it is not your time, why are you messing with us? I'm paraphrasing, and everything, because they knew,
Mm-hmm.
and he sent the legions running from the man into the pig over the side of the cliff. So I wanted everybody to know, you got to know what you're dealing with, because some things don't work for everything. It just don't.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, so I just wanted to say that since we was already in the biblical conversation, I wanted to just say, and they were shocked. People don't even, yeah. I'm a
What That's one of my favorite things. I tell people, I tell them, I said, rules of engagement. First of all, you need to know yourself and your capabilities.
come on.
Um, Second of all, you need to know with whom you are trying to go up against. Um, and you need to figure out them head to toe, because how can you go up against something you don't know about? Like you just shooting blindly, and that's not how you're supposed to operate. Like
That's right.
that's stupidity. That's
Hmm.
foolishness. And so you sitting up there thinking that you got all this, but you don't know what they got.
That's it.
It's like
That's it.
you got what you got, but do you know what they got? So these people who always try to like stay in this bubble be like, "Oh, I don't do this, and I don't know nothing about this and that." Boy, you can't tell me nothing if you can't tell me nothing about that. Because how can you tell me avoid something you don't know nothing about?
Okay.
How
And
can you arm me against something that you have not studied on how to defeat? You have to know it to defeat it.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
And
so yeah.
see, in my family, and I tell all my business, I don't care. In my family, this ain't the first time I said it either. I discovered there was a curse put on uh, us. And I'm going to
Mm.
say it this way: somebody made a deal with the underworld for certain ones of a generation in the family. Okay, I
Mm.
don't know if it was my great grandmother, my great grandmother's mother, okay, or father, right? But
Mm.
what it is every first cousin, okay, gets together sexually and end up having a kid.
Oh wow.
My kid is the only one that in the last two generations that lived, and it looked like she was going out of here. Sometimes it still looked like she's going out of here. Okay, I
Mm.
didn't know that. I did some research
That's
on
wild.
my history of my family, but then I did a biblical search and started reading different things, and showed that that was a generational curse. And sometimes people in your past, 4 generations back, could have spoke something,
Mm-hmm.
heard something, or agreed with something, and it comes down on the family. And so when I saw what had happened to me start trying to happen with one of my own kids and their
Mm-hmm.
I destroyed that. Destroyed.
Right.
And I explained to my children the importance of keeping a curse destroyed,
Yeah.
because it's in your bloodline. It's only destroyed when somebody recognizes it and do what they need to do to destroy the curse.
You have to acknowledge it. That's what you got to put a voice. You got to put a name on it. You
Mm-hmm.
you got to call it out. That's how stuff remains so prevalent. Like I mean, that's society too. But if you just look at it from a spiritual standpoint, it continues because you haven't called it out.
That's it. And see, when I talked to my auntie, God rest her soul, it was her son that I had my child by. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When I talked to my auntie and she was telling me, she said, I'm gonna tell you something. She said, they won't tell you things in our family, but I am. She said, because you like me, you want to know what's what and all this and stuff. She said, when I was younger, she said, I also was in a relationship with my first cousin and got pregnant by him. That blew
Mm.
my mind. She said, I lost the baby because I fell down the steps. She said it was by accident because I wanted my baby. She said, but I fell down the steps and I had a miscarriage. That blew
Mm.
my mind. And she said before her, one of her aunties, you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, so and she, so when I started digging into my family history and everything, it's exciting as well as it is sad.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things was revealed, and I found out a lot of things that was like, wow. I mean, wow. And my thing with, you know, how can I say this? I did have Stockholm syndrome for a while. I've talked about that too. Because
Mm.
my thing was to protect him. I loved him so much. This is after all that had went on. If you keep giving somebody access to somebody, what you think gonna happen? They gonna fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
To where he's always claimed that about me, even though the family was like, that's your cousin, no, blah, blah, blah. He still always claimed that about me. He's always said he was in love with me. He never changed it. Even to his dying day, he was married and everything, telling our daughter, I still love your mama. She's like, Daddy, you got to leave mama alone. Mama's married, gone on with her life. Mom, and mama's your cousin. Like she's like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
her, but still, he didn't care. He didn't care. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy too because excuse me, that topic is sensitive or taboo only because of our culture now.
Yeah.
And I guess that makes it right. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as people the way people feel about it because that's what we have established as a culture or society that okay, well, that's not what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day, it's like that was nothing. There are whole societies that actually. What up, D Ham? We was talking about you, bro. Um,
Hey, we was talking
yeah,
about you.
yeah. And some society actually watched a documentary on it in England. There's a whole society in I think some part of London or somewhere. I mean, they're all over, but there's I think they're Indian, and they actually marry and mate their first cousins. That's their culture,
Yeah,
and they
that's
do
what
it
my
they,
family used to
to
do.
keep it. Yeah, they keep it to keep it in the family, like their everything, like the riches and all the other stuff, to keep it, close to the family, so it don't get, go outside. But they actually have a lot of defects that come, and like a lot of disabilities that they have to deal with. Like some of their children, none of them come out, you know fully functional, or able to function on their own, or even close to it. Like, they're actually, a lot of deaf, blind, and mute, and like other physical disabilities. And they're basically just taking care of these kids, and they fall into this culture, and a lot of them regret it, but a lot of them say it's the culture. But it's like crazy how
Did you
their
see that he was
genetics.
question to you?
What he said?
He said, "What did I do now?"
Oh, nothing. The other day you was compromising people's celibacy. But I mean, I'll just say, like, yeah, you had them acting up.
Uh-uh. Have you ever? This is what I was trying to show you. I was pulling it up so I could share it with you. Have you ever seen this movie? And I know it's an older movie. I'm not sure if you have or not, but check it out. Look at him laughing.
Cause he compromised his own celibacy. I don't even think he, never mind. But yeah, I don't think he made it.
Divorced white female. Beautiful, statuesque blonde. Witty, cultured.
Lizzie, this is your mother. Remember me?
You should give yourself credit for a lot. You're terrific.
You have 5 brothers, and my mother was a clerk at a grocery store. I support them. I take care of them. I don't know you. You really don't know me.
I can't figure this guy out.
I have a present for you. Will you take off your dress?
What?
You can ask me to leave.
I don't want you to leave.
Does this excite you?
Yes.
I will have you. Yes, I will have you. I will find a way, and I will have you. Like but
I like to watch you move.
Do you like it?
I will.
I guess it stopped on its
I
own.
was about to say, I was like, because I had a full screen, I pressed escape right that moment. I was like, what did I do?
Yeah, I guess it
Which
stopped
movie
on its
was
own.
that?
It's called 9.5 Weeks. It's
Nine
with
and a half
Mickey
weeks.
Ward and Kim Basinger.
I did
When I
not see
tell
that one.
you that was the beginning of dominatrix movies, that was the beginning of like it's really a steamy movie. It
So
is
that 50 Shades of Grey before 50 Shades of Grey.
absolutely.
I've never seen any of those movies, by the way.
You haven't?
Nah, I wasn't interested.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different. Okay, yeah, I get you on if you're not interested. I seen all three. I see all three,
It's
and
only three. See, I thought it was like six.
it's just three. 50 Shades of Grey. First, I
Oh,
read the
or
book.
maybe I'm thinking about the adult version.
Yeah, I read the book first. The book is way more, but then then I watched the movies and everything. What is another one of them? Let me see. 9.5 Weeks, 50 Shades of Grey. Um, it was something else. It was another one. But yeah, so and to be honest, that's why I said, what don't kill you make you stronger. And
Mhm.
I believe it or not, the cousin I'm talking about that I have a child by,
Mhm.
he the one that got me to go into stripping.
Oh wow.
He was a gigolo.
I was
among
about to say, was he a pimp?
among other things in Chicago. Okay. But he told me, and this is what he said to me one day. He said, you dance too good. He said, and you command everybody's attention when you dance. He said, I don't know why you ain't doing that on the side. He said, let me show you something. And he got up and showed me a couple of moves or whatever and everything.
Mm,
He said, you need to try that. So when me and my friend was talking about making some extra money, and everything. And we both could dance and we both were chocolate and had the bodies. We talked to one of our dope dealer friends and was like, hey, this is what we want to do for a couple of months to see how it works. He was like, I got you. I got you. He said, everybody will know not to F with y'all because y'all mine, because we was good
mm.
friends. And so he got the word to a couple of more people and it was history from her. So after I be a manager at a restaurant and come home and be a mommy 2 days out of the week, I was also doing that extra life, making
Oh,
straight cash.
getting that
And that
money.
money. He said he never saw him either. That don't surprise me. D
Damn,
you look
stop
like you a
playing.
church boy. Like you ain't watched nothing but Jesus
Don't
Christ.
be fooled by D-Ham. Stop it, please.
Ah, he
Anybody,
ain't watched
hey,
nothing.
D-Ham ain't fooling nobody. Can you see D-Ham and Catherine Powell together?
I've never seen Catherine, but no.
Like their personality? You don't think so?
Other personalities? No. Mm-mm.
Can you see D-Ham and Dr. Creole Libra Butterfly together?
No. uh-uh. I think D Ham's scared of me. I'm gonna be honest
Oh,
with you. I think he's scared of me. I do, and that's why I don't mess with him like I used to. 'Cause I think
that's why he didn't invite you to his late night chats.
I know, right? Like what? Okay,
D-Ham, she said you scared.
yeah, he's scared of me. So I don't want him to be scared. Mm-mm. Don't be scared. Uh,
Mm.
but now, I mean, I think. Let me see who I think he would be. Hmm.
D-Ham, do you think you can tolerate Catherine Powell? Not tolerate, but do you think you'll be compatible with Catherine Powell and her? Like from what you see in the chat, I want to do that. Like go through the chats and like do matchmaker and see who I think will.
He said he missed what was said.
He missed it. Do you think you and Catherine Powell would mesh well together? Catherine Powell, do you think you and D-Ham would mesh well together?
And I think Catherine's a Leo, if I'm not mistaken. And I think your boy, we found out he was a Sagittarius.
Yeah, I'm a Sagittarius. I have no idea what we supposed to be. Like I don't know anything about the zodiacs and stuff or all the other stuff. I don't know what we supposed to be like and things like that.
You see what he said, JB, you messy.
I just wanted to know.
You know what though? My favorite YouTube couple, I'm serious. They make a good couple.
Catherine said you and D him. She think y'all would be
Now
compatible.
D Ham is scared of me. I can't be with nobody who's scared of me. He's scared of me. I scare him. Look, he said, Catherine, stop it. Yep. He's scared of me. We already discussed that though. We discussed that on Lolo's. But I think him and Lolo might be a good couple.
No.
Oh, what?
Wait, what? No, not like that. But
I
no.
know, but that's it's the way you respond. He said, no. Oh my god. I mean, because she's outgoing, and everything. And
No, I think Dehan will actually be scared of Lolo though,
yeah, yeah.
because Lolo don't have no problems.
What, Catherine? Oh my god, boo. Oh my god. No, no. You know what?
Oh,
The last man that I got with that was scared of me, Lord have mercy. No.
not scared of you. Like, why you got she got him scared?
Yeah, got on because it's one thing to meet women who don't know who they are and is kind of I don't know, but I'm not that woman. Like
Mm,
when I show up in a room, I know I'm in the
mm,
room. You know I'm in the room. I'm humble, but I'm in the room. I take presence when I walk into a room. And if I'm with a man, whatever goes on with us behind closed doors,
mm.
trust me. And I think,
Let's be messy. Like let's start a cash app fund to like send y'all on a trip together so y'all can date so y'all can do a meetup. Huh?
Emotionally, D Ham is not available.
Okay. Lucky you're a pastor because I was about to say.
You can be human with me,
No,
honey.
I was just about to say you don't need emotions for what y'all supposed to be doing, but I'm not
I know,
trying to
let's
send
be
y'all to do that. So
no, you talking about let's be messy. You got your nerves, D Ham. Mm-hmm.
he said God is in control. He said he got the strength of Samson.
Oh, he got too many women, honey. That's all that support him over there for real though. Is all them women that's hoping to be the one. Except
It
Kim.
ain't nothing but women in these
I like them
sectors.
all. Don't I said it like I like them all, but Kim's my boo. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. To him, she said you a player boy. She said you're
Yeah.
a player boy. She said, mm-mm.
He's a player from way back. What they say, he's a pimp
He's
with
a player. He's a
okay.
player. From the Parkers. I got
Mm-mm. Yeah, honey.
so Captain, come up and tell us what kind of men you like. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what kind of like
You can come up
what
if
kind
she want to.
what
We got
kind of dating
30 more minutes.
experiences Catherine has, huh?
I said, yeah, she can come up if she want to. We got 30 more minutes.
She said
I'm
we
gonna have
got
to sit down.
30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
30
You don't
minutes.
want to be a player no more, he said.
Yeah, okay. I be holding it back. I was just like, I'm about to say, it's like, I'm not.
Go on, let it out.
I'm in the pastor's chat. Nope. You
uh-uh.
might run for office one day and they'll pull this live and be like, you let that young man
Like
up there and say this.
what then what the orange guy done did and said. Moving on.
Oh, man, listen. That man. I was talking about your religion office, like in the church. You know, they be pulling social media stuff now on the people in the church.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of which, okay. So yeah, okay. So St. James had to interview with Manasseh Jordan, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're aware of the beef that goes on in the church sector, right?
Yeah.
Why is it that everything one person does or one like they automatically represent some group like it's like it's divided like people who are for LRL and people who are against LRL. And then if one person is perceived to be in one camp, once somebody does something, the other people they just jump on. Like the way they jumped on St. James about this interview and try to pick apart every little piece of the
Right.
interview and everything.
Mhm. It was crazy.
I was like, what is going on? Like, why y'all? That's the first thing y'all do. And
Yep.
then y'all say he all kinds of not this and that and this and that. And I'm looking like you do realize y'all doing the same exact thing you're talking like what?
Right.
And then they'll allude to the fact that they're jealous that they did not get the interview. But how they didn't want to get the interview because of all the controversy. But they wanted the interview because they would have done better. But I'm just like, bruh, like we all y'all really think y'all got separate audiences, but most of y'all audiences are the same and they go back and forth just to see y'all messiness.
But here's the thing, and I'm really great go somewhere that you're gonna be like, how'd you get that from Matt? But I'm just being honest. I think Manessa's fine. I do. I think Manessa is a fine specimen, especially since he done built his body up. I think he's
Mm-hmm.
really fine.
He is.
However, I don't
He
want to
is.
speak out of
But
turn because
he's
I don't think he like my kind.
I don't think so.
Okay, so I'm just you know,
He
you know,
definitely does not because actually that was part of the controversy because he has said he does not, like your persuasion, but then it was like backtracked or erased from the internet or something, or like it was like, no, it wasn't like that. It was said like this. No, bro, you family, stop it.
But poor baby, because somebody like him, like, see, I'm so glad I'm saved. Thank you, Jesus. He knew when to save me for real.
Mm.
Because I'm telling you, my old person, somebody like him, baby,
Him, they the worst in the beat church sector. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I be done war, baby.
You ain't the only one, but you know that for that single reason is why a lot of gay dudes actually get women because they be like it's too much to waste or I'm gonna change you
Say what,
and,
Catherine?
and men are men.
Yeah.
And so it like I don't know why they keep thinking like they be doing these digs like just because a dude gay like it don't work and like he won't put it down on you just to say he did it.
Yeah. See, okay, we back to my thing again. I'm so afraid that when I get with whoever I'm supposed to be with, that they manhood won't work like I need it to work.
Right,
No,
Catherine.
I don't need to screw all day every day because hey, I'm going on 55. No, we ain't gonna do that. We got things to do, okay? However, we might can do it at least, let me see, 5 times a week. You know, we can get some drive-bys if you understand the scene.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Un momento, por favor. Espera un momento. Catherine.
That's what I said.
That's what I told you. I knew it. So the spirit had told me that Catherine got some interest in dating history. And I told you this. I knew the spirit was telling me something. Catherine. What?
And she said, and I'm gonna read Creole. Manasseh once asked me to marry him, so that's not true at all of him. He might walk on both sides of the fence, though. Creole, you must have missed it. I told this truth of mine on Pastor's Live one time about Manasseh. I didn't hear who it was. I was in there that day. I didn't hear who it was, but I did hear that.
Oh, where's Saint Shady at? Where's Saint Shady? Where Prophet Shady at?
I know that's right. I asked him the other day because his title had prophet. I said, "So you a prophet now?" He's
I said I came in there. I said Prophet Shady. What up?
oh my gosh, he's a mess. I swear, St. James is a mess. I would love
Yes,
to hang with him for one day. I swear, because oh my god, we would have a ball. He's a
I can
mess.
imagine.
That's what look. That's what JB called him, Prophet Shady.
Yeah, I call him Saint Shady, but when he had the prophet title up there, I was like, yeah, you know, graduated the Prophet Shady. What up, Prophet Shady? And he called me
Okay,
messy. But yeah, nah, he Manasseh, sir.
okay, Manasseh
He
Day.
definitely walks on both. I don't know if he walks or sits on both sides of the fence. But
That's
anyway,
spiritual
um,
Michael Jackson. Okay, come through, come through.
what happened?
I said Manasseh. He's the spiritual Michael Jackson. He's the church sector Michael Jackson. That's what he reminds me of is Michael Jackson.
Who thinks who is square? I don't think none of these people is square. Catherine, listen,
I think a lot of things is hidden.
I know these people.
Okay.
Not personally, but I know these
You
people's
know they
spirit.
yeah.
I
Oh
think
my god. He has a lot of feminine ways for yeah, he does that's why I said he don't like my kind, but then you done threw a whole monkey wrench, girl.
no, no. I told you some of them. There's a lot of
You try to keep your moderators on one accord. I know you be over flirting and giving them hope and all that and stuff, but you be running for a real one. But that's all right. You keep running.
I've been
Don't
running, been running.
don't get caught. Keep running. Because I
Oh
don't
no,
we
D.
don't have to bump into each
Wait,
other.
hold on, I got a question, a follow up
Hey,
question.
uh-huh.
Catherine, how did that even come about? Wouldn't y'all have to be dating
Oh, I wasn't going there, but
to
okay.
get to the point of him proposing? And you a cougar?
Uh-uh. I,
Ain't Manasseh like 20?
no, he's older than that.
I know he
Oh,
he's
I
excited.
couldn't marry someone who's more feminine than me, who was born mm, Catherine. Catherine, you ain't gonna have that Jordan camp coming after me. No, sir, I ain't got their money.
But why did he ask you to marry him? If y'all weren't dating for a while or dating and he fell in love, why did he ask you to marry him? Because
Wait a minute. He's already been married. See,
What?
shut the front door and kick open the back. I didn't know that. I didn't know. Shut the front door.
See, I to my spirit be leading me to places. I was like, Catherine,
Okay.
I told her to come on his bed. I said, no, something about Catherine. She got some dating history.
Oh Lord. Hold on. I need a little intermission. Wait a minute. Let's play it. Hold on. Okay. All right.
Mm.
All right there, honey. Y'all ain't ready for that. It's grown people stuff. Y'all ain't ready for that one. But oh my god.
It's so many things I want to say.
Yeah, I know, right? And I'm trying to
I
swallow.
told you I behave on other people's platform. That's why I guess I'm dubbed as boring. But
Oh Lord. Consider the source, honey. Shoot, consider the source. Couldn't
it's like, oh man. Oh yeah, so you heard Uppity said, you got sunned. I was like, what? So somebody saying your born is getting sunned down? I was
you
like, damn,
know,
you got low standards. Like what?
okay. Yeah, people are crazy. I'm like, what in the
Look,
what?
you ain't say nothing to Lolo, and then I like, what the hell was I supposed to say to them? But besides, have at it. What? I was
And
just
the
like,
fact
yo,
that I
I'm
don't care.
confused. She tried me, and I was gonna come up here and light her up, but I said no.
Yeah, like I don't care. How about that? I care less than I don't.
That was like that part. Like what? I got man. Listen, stop it. Whatever. Like I don't live for this stuff and these things and these moments. Like you always gonna have moments because I'm great. So therefore, I'm always gonna ooze greatness. So therefore, I have all the opportunity in the world to be great wherever I want to be great at. So therefore, I don't have to fight for opportunities to be seen. I'm not a pick me.
I know that's right at all.
So it's
Yeah,
like whatever. What are you talking about?
sure.
And I
Okay.
wasn't gonna allow somebody else to use me to make a psychological play on somebody else. You won't do that. That's not what you're gonna do, not in my name. So I was just like, nah, like, and I want it to be successful. So go do it. Like, what am I supposed to say there? What you wanted me to? I'm not beef sector. I'm a spectator. This is a spectator sport for me. I'm not a participant. I'm not in there. I
Okay.
enjoy watching it, but that's not what I do.
I know that's right.
It's just like whatever. Like I don't know. I just like girls.
It'd be me when people say, so, oh, okay. I'd be so flat. Like, if you really know how less I care than what I just said, I mean, I care less than less. You
Like
know,
I mean, if I say the term properly, I couldn't care less. You know
okay.
why? Because there's no care there at all anyway. Like what? But wait, hold on. What Captain say? Hold on. What DM saying?
Last night in Pizarro's. You can go ahead and tell me, girl, what happened? Uh-uh.
DM drive safely, bro, and
Yeah, he still.
utilize that auto drive you said you had.
You said you driving to Kentucky. Is that where you coming?
Vegas. He said.
Oh, okay. I thought he was coming to see.
Oh, no. He said he's driving to Kentucky next week. After he make that munchie.
Okay. Uh-uh.
Yeah, on auto drive. Never mind. Anyway,
See.
bro, drive safely.
What you say? You don't think he made it last night?
I don't think he may. I think he compromised his sobriety to the point where
Oh,
I think he got to start no whole new celibacy track. Like
okay.
start over day one.
All over again. Hey. Uh-uh. Lord, shut up. I done heard it all tonight. I done heard Manasseh done proposed to my girl. She turned him down. He married somebody else. Oh my gosh. And then he may walk on both sides of the fence. Oh my
And
goodness.
you cooking better than somebody? Stop playing. And what happened with her and Sheffy? Because I watched Sheffy prep her damn meal, and I was ready that day, and then I fell asleep, and then I went to look for it, and I looked through Pieces Lives, and I was like, yo, they ain't do it. Like, even though it wouldn't have been interesting in seeing them cook steak, but because I saw what ingredients Sheffy had, but
She said Sheffy fell asleep.
oh, see, that's that. See.
that you be talking about, huh?
I was ready because that was something I wanted to see that was a little different. You know what I'm saying? It was a head up battle. You know, Chevy was trying to do her thing. She almost chopped her fingers off cutting them potatoes using
Oh
the
wow.
peeler wrong. Um, and West wanted to, West almost hacked up his lungs. I was like, girl, what is going on while you trying to prepare this meal? But
I can't
Chef,
with MU. I would never eat anything MU cook. I'm sorry, and I don't have a problem with MU, but baby, you can't cook.
no,
I
she
would
can't.
not eat
I ain't
outside.
gonna lie, she can't cook.
I would not. She talking about you don't have to wash off your meat. In what century? Because my old Ma 300, he used to be the foreman for Tyson Chicken. And I said, I always rinse off my chicken. And he said, you better. He said, because when it drops on the floor, we don't rinse it out, we package it up.
Oh. Yeah, like you don't know. Like we was talking about the gloves. Like we get rubber gloves. I wash my hands after I put the rubber gloves on.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in the factory, especially since I ordered these gloves from Timu and I refused to use them for like a minute. I kept staring at them
Hmm.
because I was just like, I don't know what y'all was doing and how y'all made these gloves. I'm like stretching them to see if I see any like craziness, and I was like, whatever, they rubber. So yeah, I wash my hands, and even when I'm handling stuff, I like wash my hands while I'm doing stuff, and I'm big about not cross contaminating stuff. Like so, I'm always washing stuff. And like, I started seeing the Caribbean people use the lemon and the
Yeah.
salt and the vinegar. And then I was like, wait, I ain't do that when I was growing up. Certain things, even though we cleaned meat thoroughly, it's like we didn't use all that stuff. But then I started using it, and it's like I don't even know if it made a difference. But it's
Hmm.
like I couldn't imagine just taking it out the pack, which I seen people cook on cooking shows and do it,
Yeah.
just straight out the pack in the pan. And what? Nah,
Yeah.
oh nah, you tripping?
Mm-mm. I told her last night that I use vinegar, salt, and water to clean my chicken. Oh, okay. I guess she doesn't. I don't know. Bless her
Mm.
heart. Bless her heart. I might try to come and holler at y'all a little bit and see what y'all doing.
You supposed to be making gumbo, right? Or right? What is it? What did you say? You no green gumbo?
There ain't no greens gumbo. This is something they done created. Shoot. There ain't no green gumbo.
Now I see. Now I want to go cook some curry chicken. Oh, I
Huh?
might go cook. I might go cook some curry chicken.
I hear you. I fried some wings tonight. I had a taste for them, but I don't like my wings no more. They taste good, but I don't like how they look. They don't look like how they used to. So I told my son from now on he's on frying wing duty.
Yo, I don't like frying stuff. Like I can do it, but yeah, I have a designated fry person in the house.
Yeah, and
Mm.
I don't eat a lot of fried food anyway, but tonight I had a taste for some wings, some fried wings.
What?
And so I was like, well, let me go ahead and throw these out there, after I get back from doing what I had to do. And I'm like, let me
Mm.
hurry up and make it so I can eat it. But yeah, I don't like how they look.
I
And
never been a fried person, like a fried chicken person. Like if I had to have fried chicken, it wasn't home fried chicken. Even though like my family throws down. They from the south, so I grew up in the Northeast, but they from the south. But like fried chicken, in order for me to eat home fried chicken, it had to be fresh out the grease. I couldn't do old or like leftover fried chicken. Or fried chicken I like was Popeyes and KFC. Or Roy Rogers, which was salty as hell.
yeah, yeah, all that sodium make your ankles swell and stuff. Now I ain't got time for all that. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Yeah, I wasn't a fried chicken person. I wasn't a fried chicken person. I wasn't a watermelon person. I didn't like I only like certain types of fish. I don't like the fish with the bones at all. Do not give me no home fried fish with bones that you don't put in some
What?
meal. I can't do it. I'm not that country. Give me some good old mercury filled tilapia or
Oh, pizza. Not so, babe. Not so. Now you may find some that do, but if for the rest of, I mean, if it still got feathers on it, they ain't cleaned it. They may have rinsed it, but they didn't clean it because
yeah,
they
nah. We used to
feathers on
burn the feathers. Like after
it.
cleaning it, you put the eye of the stove on that gas stove and run the chicken over there. See, that's how you know people don't know what they doing. They don't. Mm-mm. You don't know nothing about that. I'm good.
Leave cooking to everybody else.
Wait. Speaking of cooking, Speaking of cooking, what do y'all think about the? I'm gonna bring this up to Pizarro one day. What do y'all think about these damn 20-minute greens?
Are the sauteed ones? Are them trying to really cook greens in 20?
No, she says she cooks her greens in 20 minutes and she wants them still crunchy, so that's how she like them. And so
Who
she said
said?
it only takes 20 minutes to cook greens. Pizarro said that. We
Mm,
had a whole discussion for like 30 minutes about that. We was like, girl, what? Nah, you tripping.
yeah,
30 minutes?
really tripping.
We was
No,
like
wait a
on
minute.
the low end, an hour, 15 minutes. And they still crunchy. But you 30 minutes? She said they be cooked in 30 minutes. Catherine, you cook your greens for 30 minutes. Yeah, cause that's wild. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Bum, 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 bum. Oh wait, so Catherine, when are you gonna start your cooking channel now? So can this the challenge between you and MU, can that be the launch of your cooking channel or your cooking portion of your channel or your channel period? That's what you could use to launch your channel. Yeah, I don't know nobody that can cook. She even I think she said she like to cook it in the pressure cooker, like her instant pot or something. But even with the pressure cooker, greens are so like those types of that green that you still have to cook a long time because 30 minutes even in the pressure cooker is still not. Mm-mm. But to be fair, it might if you do it 30 minutes in the pressure cooker in the instant pot and you don't take the pressure right off and you let it depressurize itself, it may get to the point where it's just like it has that subtle crunch to it and it may be done, but I wouldn't trust it. I can't do it. So, Catherine, what we gonna name your channel? Come on, let's like while we talking about it. So, you and MU, that's gonna be start your channel, and what you gonna name it?
Uh-uh.
Her and MU are doing the cooking challenge, and Catherine Ben said she was gonna do a cooking channel. So I said this could be the launch of her channel.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
greens, unless you cook them sauteed, they need a lot longer than 30 minutes. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
nah. She was talking about regular in the water cooking greens for 30 minutes, and she said something about instant pot. But I'm like, even 30 minutes, it's like it's not. Nah, I can't do it. I can't rock with that. That's not cool.
Mm.
So let me tell you before we get off, what are you planning on? What are your big chats and talks and table talks and panels and interviews you have planned coming up?
I don't know. I'm trying to lock down this one interview, and we keep on not the Breonna Taylor's interview because her mother's still gonna interview with me, but with everything that went on with the government and how they overturned a lot of stuff, she's kind of dealing with that. I told her I'm at her disposal. You let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Really, and this other one I'm trying to lock down, which I think he's gonna do it, which is King Jives. King Jives got a lot of stuff going on right now. Like,
I saw, and I was like, "Yo!" And it's funny because I mentioned the whole, for or against LRL, and it was like you seem to have gotten cool with the side that people be like, "Oh, y'all just do everything is just against LRL," but it's like what? And I see that he has a lot of controversy going on right now.
I know, starting next week though, um, I am going to take us on a history ride again. I am going to dig into some more Black history, at least once or twice a week. Also, I'll be staying focused on my disappearance of different people. I did that.
Uh,
I did that video the other day about that young boy that disappeared. Now everybody's done hit it. Everybody, is talking about it now. So I'm really into that. And then I'm not sure. I'm not sure because depending on how soon my cousin get his restaurant / club up and running, so
mhm.
these poetry dates. assigned and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that too. And I'm trying to finish my book and work on my song.
Okay. How far you think you I don't know, it's hard to ask a person that question or author that question. How close do you think you're to finishing your book?
Okay, so the book I'm working on has turned out to be book number 4. It was supposed to be book number 2, but it's book number 4. It's still ready
Hmm.
at the Library of Congress. I got my IBM BN number and everything. I got my front and back cover. I got one chapter done, and that's it.
Is it fiction or this is nonfiction?
It's my life. It's another part of my life. The
Oh,
name of the
okay.
book is called Me versus Me. It's like the things that I used to think and do, what happened, and how I deal with them now, and how I came out of situations and stuff like that. It's also got other people's stories in it that they have given me permission to put in.
Mm.
Like case in point, one of my aunties used to be a prostitute for the family.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I got that in there, how she came out of that and what I went in with that. It goes back again to our heritage, and things that went on.
I was gonna ask you if you thought that was a part of maybe not just your family thing, but a regional thing. You know how they say in the deep south or certain parts of the south they do crazy, strange things. Is that part of it, or do you think it's really just everywhere? But certain families get deeper into it than not.
Okay, say that for me one more time. I'm sorry.
Is it a regional thing that your family did this type of stuff? Like, is it the country? The country, anything goes in the country, or is it
No,
just
because the side I'm talking about right now is my dad's side, okay?
okay?
His mom left her family so that her family wouldn't have to go through so her kids that she was going to have wouldn't have to go through what she was used to in the family. Okay. However, when she met my grandfather, who was whole full-blooded Geechee Gully, she met him in Texas while serving in the military, and everything. She met him, they got together. He had demons of his own, and
Mm,
it's a lot of things that went on with my granddaddy that he hated everybody. He hated all his kids. He hated all his kids.
oh
Um,
wow.
and that's weird, yeah. And he hated my daddy, I think, the most because my daddy was junior, so he was the first boy and
Mm,
everything. And so yeah, he is a whole story by itself, Um, and matter of fact, if the story is correct that they told me, when they found him, because he drunk so much, he was an alcoholic, very very bad, and that's why a lot of times I don't like men who drink. I just don't like it. Now, what I did accept, my late husband, he would have like a beer, like if
mm,
we had on date night, he would have him a beer, and that was it. And I could deal with that. But somebody who has to have a drink every day, every other day, you at home, you gotta. I don't care for that. I don't care.
yeah, I can't do that, and
Yeah,
I don't like belligerent, so I don't like belligerent drunks. So
me
not
too.
to say people get drunk like that, but if they do, or even the people who like have one or two drinks and they get belligerent automatically, it's like nah,
Mhm.
you have a problem. I can't deal with that.
Yeah. And so when I did try to drink, a lot of times it was trying to mask some things that was coming up in my mind,
Hmm.
before I began to heal from them. I used to try to mask it and everything. Or when I had to um, deal in certain situations sexually, I would mask it. So
Right.
yeah. I love, you know what? The reason why I tell my story, let me say this before we get out here. The reason why I always tell my story is, one, I don't know your story. I don't know nobody else's, but I know mine. And the things that I have overcame, sometimes I think it's somebody else's life.
Yeah.
And I be sitting like, wow, you really went through this. You really did. And it just amazes me. And that I'm sitting on this side of it trying to help other people and talking about it.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what it's for, You go through these things, to have a testimony, and the testimony is meant to be heard. So therefore, you tell your story. That's what's up.
Hmm.
You are
Are you
appreciated
in a
for it.
relationship?
Hmm?
Are you in a relationship? Uh-huh. You know I wasn't gonna let you off here without that.
That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother
Okay.
day.
Okay. All
Now
right.
it's not what you think it is, but it's a whole nother conversation because it's funny. It's funny because I normally don't talk about certain stuff because I really, with people pay attention, when certain people don't talk about certain stuff, that means they really don't care about it with anybody else. So for people always to assume that we care so much about this and this and that when it's you who presents it,
Okay.
it's like I really don't care. Have you ever seen me bring up this? You know what I mean? Like, because if I don't talk about myself, I really don't care about yours. Like,
I
honestly,
know
but
that's right. Okay. Come
so
on.
I don't say certain things just because I be looking and I be laughing and be like, yo, I like people to assume whatever they want because I love it. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know,
I love for you to make assumptions. Do what you do. That's what's up. I want to see how you treat me with your assumptions.
my thing is I miss companionship. I really
Yeah,
do. And I understand those that did not have a good marriage. They frown on marriage. I stay away from it. I wasn't in that category. I had a good marriage. And don't mean we didn't argue, it wasn't all the time, but we called it heated fellowship. That's what we called it, But I miss the
mm,
companionship. I miss the best friend. I miss us sitting up doing nothing. I miss us
that's the
uh
greatest part.
yeah, like we went to the store. He got a Sudoku book for him and crossword for me because I like the little seek and finds.
Hmm.
And we could lay in the bed and both of us, my leg thrown over him because that's how he preferred it. My leg thrown over him. I'm doing mine, he's doing his, and that's not boring to us. Some marriages, people be like, "Oh, that's boring." It wasn't boring to us.
That ain't no real marriage. They don't know
Okay.
nothing. Cause like you literally are okay and you feel good when y'all could be in separate parts of the house and
Yeah.
not talking to each other. But if that person was not in the house for extended period of time, it feels different. That's how you know. You be like, you know what? That's that one. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like you don't have to be talking all the time, but also know that when I need to, I can reach out and you right there.
Right. And he used to, he would love going. Like he didn't really like for me to go nowhere by myself. And as quiet as
Mm,
it kept, I didn't like going by myself. So it worked just as much for me as it did for him. But it
yeah.
wasn't a chore. Like if I had to go to the store, I say I'm going grocery shopping. He said, "What time we leaving?" He get
Mm,
already. I never opened up a car door, none of that. I never brought groceries in unless I wanted to. And he would get mad at me. He's like, "Would you move? Just open the door." And everything. But I was gonna say I would be in the same store with this man, and he would say something like, "I'm gonna go over here and see if they got these pants on sale or whatever." And I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "I'll be right back." Okay. And we get home and everything. And say I go in the bedroom and he's still, doing whatever he's doing. And I come out of the bedroom. I had a bouquet of roses, just a bouquet of flowers or whatever, just sitting on down at
yeah.
the table. And it was just because I love you type of thing. It wasn't, "Oh,
Yeah,
okay."
it was genuine. When it comes from the heart and
Yeah.
it's genuine and it just happens naturally, organically, that's the craze. That's what it is. Like I know I used to do I do stuff like that. Like one time I was dating and they're at work and it was just like we are getting to know each other or whatever. But it was like, I feel like it. So I just what did I get? I went and got like a balloon and some other stuff and wrote up a
Okay.
card. I used to do custom cards when Walgreens and CVS had the
That's what
card
he
machine. I used to go and sit there for like an hour and make up a card for people.
did.
Yeah, I used to love that thing, boy. But yeah, so I did it and I just, I was going, we were getting up just like regular. It wasn't that big. It was a regular day, but I had brought the stuff and it was just like, oh wow. And then people was like, oh my God. And like but yeah, it's nothing special, but it is special because it's just random and organic.
Yeah, the man that gets me is really gonna have to be special to open my heart back up. Seriously. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
willing, but I'm not gonna give my heart to anybody. You'll never take out what happened with you in your last relationship and the one before that, and the ones that you ain't healed from, and take
Hmm.
my heart and step on it. I'm not gonna have that. So, even though I'm open to
Right.
getting to know somebody or whatever and stuff, like I said, I had a great husband. My husband, hey, when the Lord told me he was gonna give me a husband, he went above and beyond. I promise you.
Uh,
And my husband told me his job was to love me and protect me. Then he told me when he said my job is to love you and protect you.
That's what's up. I will tell you this: it's gonna be a great experience. To like, it's so crazy because I think about polygamists or polyamorous people and things like that, or people who do like triads or throupleships and things
Yeah.
like that.
Hmm.
And some people really feel like, they want to do that whole process, the courtship process over again with somebody because they want to give that love and that whole experience of getting to know somebody and
Hmm.
like chilling with them and like knowing they're getting to know their quirks and having that little argument about something stupid or, and getting over that hump and all that other stuff. It is crazy. And that's why I think people have those real close friendships or those friendships that really like teeter totter on the brink of crossing the line because people get caught up in that whole thing and that feeling and wanting to go through that again. So I understand them sometimes or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's like that whole process is cool. So I think you're gonna have fun, because there's gonna be some dude that comes along that's actually, maybe a couple that actually may take you through a great courtship, and yeah, you're gonna have fun.
Yeah, I receive that. I do. And I'm open. I think that's the difference because I am open to it now.
Mm.
Like I said, come come August the 24th, it'll be 4 years since I had some sweet fellowship. Okay, 4 years.
Mm.
And that's because my husband was gave a COVID positive on that day. So
Oh,
after me and him did what we did on the 24th, that night going into the 25th, I was at the emergency room with him and he tested positive for COVID. And
oh
so
wow.
he came back home, and everything. We all end up having COVID in this house. The very first one that was killing everybody, we all end up having it in this house. And so make a long story short, I had to put him in the hospital and everything, which is the worst thing I ever did. I should have let him stay here, but that's neither here nor there. But I
Mm.
put him in the hospital because he asked me to, because other than that, I wouldn't have. And
Yeah.
because that was my heart. I go down with you if I have to. That's just how I felt.
Mm.
And I remember I was ready to pass out. True story. Both of us was in the bed, sicker than a dog with COVID. Couldn't raise our head up or nothing. I had to go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom and felt myself. It's something about when you get pass out, you feel it. I
Mm.
felt falling, but it was like in a slow fall. And I hollered his name. And what, honey, I don't know how fast, how quick he got in there. He caught me right before my head hit the tub.
It works like that.
Yeah, I mean,
It works like that.
it's like
Yeah.
he came out of what his sickness and flew in there to me and just caught me and said, I got you, baby. I got you.
Yeah. I know those moments.
Yeah, and so yeah, but his birthday um he would have been 60 on his birthday, believe it or not. And I had this big
Oh.
old party planned for him because he had never had a birthday party, not a big one. I had given him one since we've been married, but I was going out loud. The big 60, I
Uh
was
huh.
going out and everything. So when he went in the hospital and all this stuff, and then when I realized I had to go and pull, the thing off of him and everything. That was 4 days before his 60th birthday. And so the kids and my mom and my sisters and stuff, they was all like, we
Mm.
celebrate, bro. We still gonna celebrate him. Cause I didn't want to do nothing. I was like balled up in the,
Yeah.
I didn't want to do nothing.
I'm
And
crazy and I'm weird.
what?
Because I would have done it on his birthday. Just so it could have been a cycle of completion. I don't know. I'm weird like that though. That's why I
I,
said I'm so different with people in death and everything.
the thing about it is when it came to that, once God made it okay in my spirit,
You went ahead.
yeah.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that particular day is my auntie, who's like my mama. It's her
Mhm.
birthday. And them two, she loved him like it was her son. So when my mama called her and said he's gone, she said, no, not on my birthday. No,
Yeah.
man, he's supposed to be around here so we can, it tore her up. Cause like I said, she was like his mom too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was 4 days before his birthday, and it was hard. It was
Yeah. I can imagine. I can imagine.
it was hard for me, but it was hard looking at my children because they was crying, but they would stop crying because they was worried about me. And I would cry when could nobody see me. because I
Mm,
felt like I had to be strong for the
the
kids.
strong one, yeah. Being
Mhm.
the strong one is not easy, and people don't realize that.
It is not whatsoever, man. Because hey, it's just not. And I
And
mean,
that's the good thing about having companionship as well, because when you're a strong one, like say if you're a strong one for the family and your friends and stuff, and then you need that moment, that person is there. And they get to be able, you don't have a problem with being vulnerable and letting go at that moment. It's like, yo, and it's so great to have that.
and
So
that's why I don't understand some of these married couples, though, JB, because we had fun. Me and him had fun.
I'm
Like,
gonna make sure I have fun, because if I'm not having fun with you, we don't
come
need to be
on.
together.
Yeah, and I don't understand. It's like, why
Mm,
pick to argue? Why? I mean, why pick an argument? Why? And he was a hard worker. Don't get me wrong. Once upon a time, he worked two full-time jobs. I had a
mm,
job, he had two full-time jobs. And then the last job that he had, he was a forklift driver, and they went from working 12-hour days where they had an hour for lunch to
mm.
work 6 12-hour days. And then every now and then, like every other Sunday, and then sometimes two Sundays in a row, he would have to go on for 7 days straight. It was weird. And he was like, he told him, he said, I won't be here for long. He said, I'm not willing to lose my wife. He said, and y'all not leaving me no room to even be a husband. I love
Right.
money, but what's the money without the woman I love?
Plus, they don't care. They don't
Right.
care,
They
man.
don't, right. And it just started, I was like, I wasn't a brat about it because I knew why he was working. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He gotta work, duh. And he took me off my job. That's what he always wanted to do. He told me, hang in here with me, baby. He said, because one day I'm gonna tell you you ain't got to go back in, and that's what I mean. And that's what he did. He told me, you ain't got to go back to work. I got this. And I was like, "You for real?" He said, "What I say?" I'm like, "Okay." So he took me off my job. He wanted me to take care of him, and I loved it. I loved it. Women used to tell me I was silly. Well, who feeds their man in the bed? Who makes breakfast? Somebody who love her man.
I
Somebody who love.
mean, they don't know your experience, so they don't know where you came from and why you want to do that. I
I don't
mean,
mind, sir. I'm a servant at heart. I don't mind that. If he makes it easy for me, I'm gonna make it just as easy for him. And being my husband, he made that thing look easy.
the law of reciprocity, people don't understand that. That's why they ain't got nothing successful going on.
Okay, you better preach. Come on.
I'm just saying, like, you got to put out what you want. You can't get it first and then decide, oh, that's the kind of energy I want. You got to put it out in the atmosphere.
Right.
You
And
create the energy that you want.
that's it. Come on, that's it. We used to do little stupid stuff like, and it's not stupid, but that's just how it's just my
I know
verbiage.
what you mean.
We would go to the store and get the little fruit trays with cheese on it and stuff, and
Uh,
come home and have our little, we sit in the middle bed after we take our shower and stuff, and
listen,
eat each
listen.
other little fruit and all that, and
Mm,
sip on some wine. I couldn't drink, but I would
You,
take 2 sips and be done.
you can't do that with this one, the one I got.
Oh Lord.
Do not talk about no damn charcuterie board. Do not talk about no damn salad.
Okay,
It
wow.
is against his religion. He's like, he'll look at you crazy. You going to a restaurant ordering salad. It's
Okay.
like, what? What is that? He can't stand a charcuterie board. I'm trying to tell you, like,
Okay.
he'll be like, yeah, like he don't want no damn charcuterie board, no cheese, no little meats. He was just like, stop playing with him.
Lord.
Yo,
I don't blame him now. Look, if he don't like it, sure.
we had Fridays though before, like Fridays where I absolutely did something that healthy, and we would fry everything.
Oh wow.
We do fries like chicken or something. I fry hot pockets.
Okay.
Yeah, and then sit in the middle of the bed. It was such a fat moment, fat bad.
He said such a fat
I
moment.
mean, we had big back moments. They fun though. It was good though. You
Yeah.
ever fried a hot pocket? Well, never mind. I don't even know if you ever
No,
ate
I
a
have
hot pocket.
not. I have not. What have I had Friday that was kind of weird? Probably nothing. But I have eaten some weird stuff. I really have.
Yeah,
Now
fried hot
I
pocket
love
is great.
okra, but I love it fried.
I don't do okra. I've never ate it. I just can't do it. I kind of like zucchini. So nah, I don't
You
like
don't like,
none that look like that stuff, huh?
I said you don't like none of that.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's a textures thing.
Yeah, and that's with me with some stuff too. It's a texture thing. It's like, ugh, mm-mm, okay.
Yeah, I can't do apples because I don't like grit.
Really?
Oh yeah, I can't do no apple.
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
just tried a plum. That was a is a plum cut. Plum cut is a plum and an apricot, but it's a different type. It's like different types or a red plum. But anyway, it tasted like a plum apple, and it had that grit of an apple, and I was like, nah, that can go. Nope, nope, can't do it. It just ew. It's just like you tasting fruity dirt or some shit. I don't know. It's just
Oh wow. Okay.
can't do it. Oh, you
Well,
see what Catherine said?
uh, which one about being reported that? Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't think he was married. Everybody kept on saying he was married. I didn't think he was because he was just dating Regina King not too long ago. They had dated for
Was he?
years. Yeah, him and Regina King had dated for years. They
She's
were
so
real
she's
serious.
so underrated. She does not get her just dues. Like
You
she
know.
acts and then she
Mhm.
does action very well. Like who would have thought?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good. She's
I
really
think I'm gonna
good.
come on here and do a review of a movie one day. Hopefully you come back over here and we do a review of and I know it's an old movie, but I like that movie. The one that Jay-Z made with Regina King and Idris Elba and what is
Which one was that?
the last one they made? Hold on, what's the name of the movie? Let me see.
I
Regina
don't know. I've been watching Nollywood videos on YouTube, Nollywood movies.
movies. Okay, here we go. Hold on. What is it called? Ah, here it is. The Harder They Fall.
The harder I don't think I heard of that one. You gotta let me know ahead of time. I'll watch it and then we could
Yeah, it's
review
on
it.
Netflix. If you have Netflix, it's called The Harder They Fall. That's one heck of a movie.
Yeah, I got Netflix.
Yeah, try to look at that. That's one heck of a movie. We'll do it next week. Yeah. Matter of fact, I might watch it as I'm going to bed since it's after work. But I love it because the old dude who he ran from his white girlfriend and he still ended up getting charges. He's married to what's the name?
Oh, wait, so you like thrillers?
No. Not I do and I don't. It just depends.
Cause wait, what kind of stuff you like? So I'm gonna come up with a recommendation list.
I like action, and because my daddy was a martial arts king, I love
Hmm.
martial arts movies. So like Jason Statham, how he be beating up people. I like that. I like
Hmm.
cars, so I like anything fast and furious. Um, you would think I would like romance movies. They I they I. I'm more
Hmm.
I'm more like a dude's best friend that's
I was
sexy.
about to say I don't see you watching The Notebook. I don't know who would
Um,
assume that about you, but not me.
No, I don't. But I do. I like action, some thriller. Um, like I said, car. I'm into cars heavy. I love cars.
Megan Good, really? I
Mhm.
couldn't get into. Well, they made 20 Fast and
Making good. Thank
Furious.
you, Catherine. Girl, you got my back tonight. Thank you.
I can't
Hmm.
do Fast and Furious, but I do like it. Like the first couple were interesting, but then they started like making like 20. Because my thing, all right, so I'm a writer and all
Okay.
that other stuff. So I'm always looking for the plot line, and plus
Hmm.
I got ADHD, so it gotta be something that's gonna keep me like hooked on. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Hmm.
like after like 4 or 5 Fast and Furious, what is the storyline? Like, there's no storyline at this point. Y'all just jumping in cars.
And see, I got ADD, so I got dyslexia and ADD, so that's a heck of
Mm,
a combination. Because I mean, dyslexia, your mind goes faster anyway. So, if
right.
what I do is, like I said, I go to the end of the movie and watch the last 2 minutes of the movie to see if it's interesting. If not, I won't even watch the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I got to go to the end of the movie to see it first. That's why when I
Wow.
go out to the movies,
Uh,
my ADD be like, hurry up, But I try to
I
stay.
can't stand a slow paced movie or show, but I always figure out the stuff within the first 5 to 10 minutes anyway.
Me
I figured
too.
out the
Yeah,
whole
I
plot
really
line.
do. Yeah. But yeah, I do that. Just like with a book, when I read a book, I go to the back of the book, then the end chapter, then I read the first chapter to see if I'm gonna like it. If I think I'm gonna like it, I go ahead and read it. and most of the time I be right. Most of
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm worried.
Interesting fact. No, never mind. My reading history, no, my reading history with ADHD. Well, I don't have the hyperactivity. I used just ADD, but I don't think I've ever completed a whole book.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly.
Yeah. My son has ADHD. He's the older he get, he's coming out of it. But he
Hmm.
taps his finger. You can tell that he's got ADHD because he has to move something. So he
Oh, okay.
in
Yeah.
there, he'll tap. You'll see his finger just going.
He got that fidgeting thing.
Yep. And everything. But as a child, Lord, today bless my.
Yeah, see, I wasn't like that. I did cuss out every teacher I had since middle school, though.
Oh,
I laid them out.
I
Laid
believe.
up.
I believe it. I do.
When
I
I
was
tell
so
you,
like, oh my God, what are we gonna do with this guy? Oh my,
yo, listen, they ain't even care no more after a certain point. Me and my own creative writing teacher in high school, because I majored in creative writing,
okay.
but we used to go at it, and the lady in the office, she used to be like, "Yo, y'all act like husband and wife," and then I would walk down there, and she was like, "What you and Mrs. Freeman got into today? What you do?" And she, but just sit down, and I just sit there. It wasn't no suspensions, no more detention. It was just like, all right, just sit down to the end of the day and go home. Like that's
Yep,
how bad it was. It was just like whatever.
honey. When my son, when he was younger and we was first being diagnosed, I would take him to school and
Hmm.
baby, I couldn't turn around quick enough. He was running out the door trying to he and I one time I heard him holler, I want my mama.
Oh
And next thing I knew,
wow.
I turned around, here he come, just flying. And I heard somebody say, catch that little boy. I'm like,
Mm-mm.
catch him because he's mad. So, know, and I said, what is the mama? I don't want to stay here. I'm like, okay, come on back. I stay with you for a little while. Boy, we went through that so many times. Oh my,
Man, see, I couldn't imagine if I had the hyperactivity though. Like I had the lack of focus or the lack of interest. Like I can hear it, I learned it. I didn't need to do the work. I didn't need to pay attention. Like, and it was so messed up because people used to get mad at me because I was the one who didn't study, didn't pay attention, but would do well on tests. And they were like, "How do you do that?" And I was like, "I don't know."
that was my son. He's still to this day. He's very intelligent. I'm
Yeah.
surprised he didn't go to school, like go to college, because he loved video games and stuff so much. He could have been a programmer, but
We need to be challenged.
yeah.
If it was caught early, like I got diagnosed officially when I was on my like late 30s or whatever, like mid
Oh,
30s. Yeah, so had it been caught, I would have known that what I needed or whatever. I needed to be challenged. I always had to be pushed or challenged, or somebody had to be paying attention for. Like I needed pressure on me to actually do stuff. Otherwise, I slacked off. I didn't care. Like I knew it. It's like I already know it. I have a grasp of it. I know how to do it. I know what it is, and I would let it go. It was just like, all right, just move on. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if I had the pressure, I would be in it.
what I'm about to say right now is so funny because when I admitted this in counseling, it shocked me.
Hmm.
It was the last hurdle I had to get over. Don't you know, one of the things that I used to hate was if somebody left me.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you why. My grandmother, that was my heart. I used to sleep with her. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, she was my everything. I'm the one found her dying. Okay.
Hmm.
And that did something to me. And everybody that I loved and was close to me, I always seemed up leaving. And so I remember one day, me and my husband, we had this. Oh boy, was it heated fellowship. It was so heated. Oh
You
my!
know what? I can't.
We thought about it, later in the year and stuff and on, and laughed about it. But at that time, wasn't funny. And I remember him walking out the room, and I tried to get in my. I don't care, let him go. Like that.
Hmm.
And it was turning me up on the inside, and it was hurting me more than I knew. I mean, it was turning me up because I thought this man was gonna walk and keep going. Okay. And it was so funny because when I walked out of the room, because I was going to get him, okay? Like, I'm like, So I'm going to get him. And I walked out of the room, he was sitting on the porch. And the way I came out, it scared him. He's like, "What's wrong?" And I
Mm.
was like, "Nothing." He's like, "You sure?" Even in us being mad, he always wanted to make sure I was good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm like
So
that too.
finally, when he came back in the room, okay, he still ain't speaking to me. Now that he know I'm okay, he ain't got nothing to say to me for the next 24 to 48 hours, okay? So, he came back in the room and I let it go. I let it go because when I went to walk out the room, he grabbed me by my hand. And as soon as he touched my hand, tears just rolled. And he pulled me back and set me on his lap and just threw his arms around me and said, just like that. And when he took that deep breath, I just leaned over on him, just started crying. And I mean, I cried like a baby. And I
Mm.
finally admit, because he was like, "Babe," he said, "Babe, babe." And he looked at me, he said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I thought you was leaving me. And I thought you was good. And you was
Yeah.
I mean, I had vomit at the mouth, okay? And I mean, just crying. And he was like, "I told you, I ain't going nowhere to death." That's exactly how he said it. So calm. So I ain't going nowhere to death. He said, "You
I
can't get
know
rid
that's
of
right.
me." He said, "I didn't sign on because we get into an argument. I'm just going to walk away." He said, "I'm a grown man." No. And I just hugged him. And from that day on, we never had that type of argument again. Ever. Ever.
Yeah.
And that was me. I had this thing to where I don't want to get close to nobody because everybody leaves. So if I stay standoffish, then
Uh,
you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that avoidance.
there you go. Yeah. So I wanted to just share that real quick because, when you're a kid, a lot of things seem one way, but it's really not.
Mm-hmm.
And my mama, bless her heart, I don't think my mama would ever get married. I don't. I don't think she will ever get married. My mother has this thing. My mother needs counseling. She's a good person, but my mother needs counseling. And she keep trying to use me because she know I went to school for it, hence the name doctor. I'm like, no, because I would make you pay me. You too much. Go to somebody that don't know you. You too much. You too. I don't know why y'all always say it, Mama, because it's true. It's true. We had to go to counseling to get past the stuff you put in us.
Oh.
Oh my Oh my God. My mom was a heck of a worker. Don't get me wrong. She's still working to this day. She's retired and working, if that makes sense. She gets a
Yeah.
full retirement check. She get a social security check, but she also got a full-time job. She just can't sit still. Okay. She has to
Yeah. Some
we
people can't stop. When they stop, they done.
yeah, we got that in us. Me and my sister. We work so hard like my mama. My daddy was I got my
My bad.
daddy interventional side where my father, when they wouldn't hire him, he created his own.
I
You
know
know,
that's right.
and yeah, so that's me. You can tell me no if you want to. I'll create another lane for me. So, I'm a lot like my daddy, But some of the things and some of the ways my mom was rubbed off on us and I didn't like it. So I'm the first one to decided, no, I'm not gonna be dysfunctional. I'm sorry. Not gonna raise man's dysfunctional. I'm not gonna be dysfunctional. And this is how we're gonna do it. And
Yeah.
that's just how it was.
I was the different one too. Like I was the one because my grandmother raised me, but she was a provider. She wasn't a nurturer. So
Okay.
everybody like, oh, we didn't grow up like that. But then we grew up to be huggers and stuff. But I was the one who was like, I don't do stuff like everybody else. I was the one who I don't care. I'm gonna make you give me a kiss at night. I'm gonna say I love you. I'm gonna make you hug me. Get off of me. It's like whatever. No, and I was the one who did that. And then, oh, you were the favorite or whatever. No, I was just the one daring and different who didn't accept what
Yeah.
it was. It was just
Oh yeah.
it is what it is, and that's what it was. Y'all just accepted what our family did, but that wasn't me. So
I know that's right. It makes a difference. There's always people that's called out to be the exception of the family. And
Yeah.
I know I was, and I am.
But that's annoying too.
It
Like it's
is.
accent and annoyance.
Yeah,
Like I didn't ask y'all for that. Y'all the one who put me in this thing. Like I'm different. Like we all the same people. We all have the same ability to do the same stuff. Y'all just operate differently. Why are you mad at me because I don't want to operate in a group mindset? Because I want to be my own person and do my own thing.
speaking of that, like I said, on my dad's side, I told you all of that. On my dad's
Hmm.
side, that's what a couple of my aunties got against me because I knew that you wasn't supposed to be touching me like that. So
Mm.
therefore, I tried to tell anybody that would listen, anybody, you know,
Yeah.
even and then my grandmother, I have forgiven her because I had to, for me, not for her, but for me. But my grandmother, when she blamed me, that did it for me. When she blamed me as a
Oh
kid
wow.
because of how I was built, that it was my fault. Okay, so and
Oh wow.
yeah, yeah, and and then so when my dad found out, when he found out, my dad lost it. Like
Yeah.
he really, he lost it, and everything. But the damage was already done. Like I said, by that time I done fell in love with him, and anytime the boy wanted access to me, he could get it. All of that.
Yeah.
It went on and for a while I was mad at my dad because I thought he knew, and he didn't.
Yeah, it's so like I said, that's the silent killer. Silence,
Yeah, yeah.
silence. Don't nobody know nothing, and everybody assuming what other people are thinking or going through or what it is. It's like, yeah, I mean, and that's in the theoretical sense and metaphorical sense and in the physical sense because when your kids get too quiet in the room,
I know
bust
that's
down the
right.
door.
Okay, I know. I know
I'm
you.
just saying, like, what?
We
When
don't play
somebody
that.
gets too quiet emotionally,
Hmm.
bust down the door.
My late husband would tell you, as long as you got her talking, you good. But if she get quiet, you better watch out, because I'm a
Hmm.
quiet storm. I really am. I have enough, and when enough is too much, let's go. Like
Right.
I don't argue, I
Mm-mm.
don't talk, I don't do none of that. We
Something
had
going
our
on. Yeah,
girl.
like I mean, and that's for everybody. Like somebody gets silent, like, nah, what's wrong? Nothing. What you mean?
Okay.
How you so different, but nothing's going on? You're different. What's the difference? How about that? How about we rephrase it?
And I think that's why I can't stand men who don't say what they feel. It bothers me, JB.
Oh yeah, I ain't got that issue because.
Yeah, I know. I can tell. See, I can't. I can't stand it. Tell me what's going on. All this, I'm gonna hold it all in. And you a crying storm. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
just
ain't
around
got time for
angry,
that. I
bitter,
mean,
defeated. Go
see,
ahead.
I would tolerate it to the point where because the thing is not tolerated. I okay, I can deal with it because I'm not gonna accept it. You're not gonna be quiet. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen. Yeah, we either gonna not be together or break up, or we not gonna like we not gonna be a part of each other, or I'm gonna make you so. That's it. Cause it's just not, it just cannot happen. We not gonna do this. You're not gonna sit here. You act all crazy. You change. You act different. You switching up shit, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? You like, no, nothing. That ain't that. No, what's wrong? Like we not doing this. I'm not being met with that energy. That shit crazy. Like I'm not living for that.
Okay.
So
It's like this guy, he was interested in me, and we got to develop in some form of an understanding. Okay, I can't really call it a relationship, but it was some form of understanding. I admired him because he took a chance to tell me how he felt about me, and it could have went either way. Okay,
mhm,
could have been like, "Ah, bless your heart," that way, or I could have been like, "What you telling me for?" I don't, but it wasn't like that. But he got brownie points because he did tell me, I really like you. I really want to see if something can happen with us. I admire that. Okay, I did. I admire that. What happened was he switched. He changed, and I'm
mhm.
saying he changed, but he actually showed me who he was. Okay, but he changed from the guy I met because the guy I was getting to know wasn't the guy that showed up.
Right.
See, and so yeah, and he was older than me as well. See what I'm saying? Like it's like, okay, and you get, you can't get mad at me because I didn't sign up for this guy. I signed up for the other guy.
Right. Stop sending your representative if you
Okay,
want me to actually deal with you. Don't play.
come on. I love it. Yes, sending your representative. Come on. I know you right.
Like, stop it. Like, and it's like, yo, it wasn't my fault you sent them. You shouldn't have sent your assistant.
Now, so yeah, it's real talk, and I'm like, mm-mm. So that it kind of made me look and say, okay, you dodged the bullet. So now let's step back and watch. Not everybody is like your husband was. You got some wolves out here to see that you got just a little something, something. I ain't got a lot, but I
Yeah.
got a little something, something. They trying to get in. Nah, we ain't doing that.
I'm gonna tell you this though, too.
Yeah,
It won't be represented or presented the same way you had it before.
I know.
Allow yourself to feel it though, authentically from them the way they give it. Because you have a perception or preconceived notion of what it looks like, and it's not going to be the same from everybody.
I know if D Ham quit playing. No, I'm just playing. Yeah. Yeah, you right, and that's why
Yeah, so,
I keep trying to keep my, what I'm saying, like, but you got to give me this though, because that's all I've known for almost 30 years.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, and that's why I say
Yeah,
it's a process.
it
It's
is.
a process. But that's also why I want you to keep that in mind that it won't be presented the same way because it won't be presented by the same person.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, and that's what. Okay, I never did finish this. Robbie Privilege and this content creator named Cellulite, they actually met on YouTube. Okay,
Mm.
do panels together. And they used to talk about everything. It'd be like two women up there, four men, and I mean they. You think I'd be talking about some stuff over here? They be really getting down over it. I love that channel. So anyway, they met each other and decided to start dating because he was defending her one day against some other YouTuber that thought he was gonna date her, and I don't know. It was a big old thing, but he
Mm.
started out defending her. And then he was like, then when I went back over, they was calling each other boo and all this and stuff. And they was like, yeah, we're gonna show y'all when we meet up, we're gonna meet up because they wasn't living in the same state, you know. She's in Arkansas and he was somewhere else. But they met up and they recorded their meetup when they found it, but they started dating before they met up, okay? But they met up and everything, and they recorded. They did a whole live on it for the whole weekend when they was together and stuff. And you can
TC says she remember that.
who TC, okay,
TC.
yeah, you can tell that they were really into each other. It wasn't fake.
Mm.
Like he really liked her, and she really liked him. Cause when they came together, it was authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so everything now they call each other husband and wife now. I don't know if they got married or not. I didn't see that. But if you say y'all married, fine. You know what I'm saying? They married.
Right.
I
Right.
see
I
it.
don't know your covenant with you, y'all, and God. So.
Right. But wherever he either moved with her or she moved with him. Because some days when he's doing his live, he'll say, honey, and she's like, yeah. And she'll say, no, because if you know Raw, you know her, she still got that Brooklyn, New York slang,
Mm.
talk, and she be talking and said, "Cause all this and stuff." And I'm like, "Hey, Roger." So but that's one of my favorite couples that actually met on YouTube and decided to give it a chance, and it seems to be working.
I
You know,
watch a bingo couple that met
really.
because they actually they used to both do TikTok bingo live streams, and they met. They liked each other. They courted or whatever, and now they live together and they do bingo content together all the time. Yep.
See, I love stuff like it. But that's what I'm saying. You got to be willing to go the extra mile if it's worth it. And this is my thing. A lot of men are damaged, and a lot of men have been in relationships where it just didn't work out. The woman wasn't whatever, you know.
Hmm.
And instead of getting help for it, they hold on to it. And
Right.
it's like, that's weird to me because anything that hurts me got to go. even if
Yeah, I feel you. A lot of
you
people
know,
don't think like that though. A lot of people, they get numb to it or they get used to it or they feel like they need that. Like if it's missing, it don't feel right.
okay. I need TC to hook me up with some of her brothers. Shoot.
Yeah, I watch bingo, I watch crafting, crocheting, I watch business stuff. I
Yes,
watch
Lord.
I
Mhm.
watch everything.
Yeah, he's very intelligent. He served in the military too. I found that out when they was burning the Mexican cross in the middle of the street out in California. He was
Oh
up
wow.
that. Yeah, he was talking about that. So,
I
uh,
think I may know. I think I may have come across them. I think I'm not sure. But they sound familiar. Yeah.
I watched the Blessing Boys and Mister what is that 2650. Uh, they cut grass and stuff.
Oh yeah, you was telling me about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
see now I just watch stuff that come up like for suggestions or whatever. Like I used to search for stuff. Like I don't really search for stuff no more. Like stuff come up in my suggestions. Like so I don't know. I see crazy stuff. Like I was scrolling through one of my only times I scrolled through the verticals
uh
and
huh.
I came upon this dude cutting up watermelon.
Really?
It was in a different language, and he was just talking. And I felt like he was scamming the people because he had thousands of people in the chat, but he wasn't doing nothing. So he kept cutting up these watermelon. Where he kept talking, and people was like, "He talking more than he cutting." And I was like, "Oh, he teaching you how to do techniques in the watermelon." And I was like, "Nah, he's scamming because he got these likes in there, and people were just in here and they getting them watch hours for nothing." The very next day, because I was telling somebody about him, the very next day, it was a female on that same live doing the same exact techniques and doing the same exact talking. And I couldn't understand the language, but I just knew they was doing some BS and doing some infomercial type stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was like,
great.
you cutting the watermelon the same exact way. I'm like, I thought y'all was a legit cooking channel. And
Mm,
it was like, nah, y'all sitting up here scamming these people for watch hours. But
Lord.
yeah. It was funny. I was like, "What?" But so yeah, I see crazy stuff like that. So I don't get suggestions like that like I used to because I watch so many different things. I don't even know if the algorithm knows what to show me.
Right. Let me see. Did it come up? Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, it came up. Let me just.
I gotta come back to Philly. I came to Philly one time for a
Good
situation that
morning
wasn't good.
or afternoon for some. Excuse me. Coming to you live from on the way to work.
It's a cellulite.
Come on, good sir. Come on, come on.
Wait, what's his name again?
L
God bless
S
you.
E L L U light.
He he just started coming up on my
Anyway,
feeds,
what's going
on my
on? What's happening?
recommendations.
When the fuck did being broke become a goddamn it's a trophy for being broke?
Yup.
I'd rather sit at home and collect unemployment than to go flip burgers or go punch the white man's clock. If you are purposefully lazy, then you cannot complain about being the victim. Sorry. I don't know about everybody else, but like I was just having a conversation the other day, I don't listen. I know what it means to be broke. I came from a family where at times, hell, we struggled. Let's just keep it all the way a being. I've lived the broke life. I've lived the poor life. I know what it means to be broke, poor, and not knowing where the next goddamn meal comes from. So, as an adult, let me tell you right now, I do every motherfucking thing in my life to ensure that I don't go back to there. And if that means getting up off my ass and taking my ass to work and not sit back and crying saying that I'm a goddamn victim and it's everybody else's fault why I'm a goddamn victim, then guess what? I get my motherfucking ass up and I take my ass to work. No matter how much I don't like to punch that goddamn clock, guess what? I'd rather punch a clock and get paid than to sit at home and the bitch and moan and complain and cry and say it's everyone else's fault.
Well, you need to
Mhm.
come over to a certain sector and let that be known. Anywho,
Listen. Listen, Linda,
anywho.
listen, escúchame, Linda. Solamente espera un momento.
Yep, it's cellulite podcast. I said you like, but it's on YouTube. But yeah, I like them. I really do because Raw is smart too. Raw's very intelligent, and she has her own company as well. And it's a butterfly company. It's for autism. One of her kids, her son has autism, and so she
Oh, okay.
created a whole company behind that. So yeah, I support people like it. Like I said, a whole lot of people I don't support no more because one, it don't stimulate me. I don't laugh at it. I think it's ridiculous. So yeah, you won't see my face in the place.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. Like, you get so disappointed though, because you see the potential, but then you see what happens when people do too much and give people too much too soon. They become complacent, and then they don't want to tap into their potential. And then the lack of creativity and man, listen, I don't know, resourcefulness.
I
it's
already know.
disappointing because you be wanting to be entertained. Real talk.
Yeah.
And you do like you be like, I'm here for the mess, or I'm here for this, and then it's like, oh, okay, you're disappointing. Whatever.
Yeah. I just hmm.
Mm.
Well, see, one because I always have to hone it in because with me being prophetic, a whole lot
Hmm.
of things I see people don't see. And so, I always have to hone it back in because that thing is always up front because it's who I am. And some people, I just shake my head because I'm like, y'all are so clueless on what day and time it is. Like you just really dumb to it. And no matter how many times people try to open up your eyes, you just destined to be stupid. And I just can't. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, 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 no. I was listening. I just thinking about because you want so much more for your people. Like, okay,
You
you come up here and
do.
you'll be like, oh, we gonna support this person because they got potential, they good entertainer or they creative, and then they turn out not to be, but then they turn out to brag about stuff that means nothing because then you be like, okay, but what does your medical plan look like?
Okay. See, don't get me started.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm
but you
trying.
here, what do you aspire to be, and like where do you expect this to go? What are your plans for developing this into whatever you feel like it can be, or do you just expect it to happen, or do you expect these people to still be here just giving you, but what they're giving you is not what you can actually get? Never mind, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you like it, I love it. Because the thing about it is, whether you think so or not, and whether you realize it or not, you work for me.
Well.
You entertain me.
You entertain
You
me.
require me as an audience.
It's just
I'm
weird.
just saying. I'm just saying. Because when
And
you stop entertaining me and us,
okay.
then there will be just you.
And see, my thing is this too. Okay, let me say this without being offensive if I can, because it's the truth. But all certain folks think we good for anyway is entertainment.
Hmm.
Smart. They don't want you to know nothing. They don't want you to have facts and figures. None of
Hmm.
that. All they dance, boy. Dance.
Right, and they play right into that coon factor.
Right?
And I
Oh,
said that they do. And I just that's why and that's another reason you be like, okay, it's entertaining for a second, but then like, okay, what else you gonna do? Like where you gonna take this? Like so many people take stuff somewhere because they have a plan, they aspire to something, but when I see you not and you stagnant, it's like what am I watching now at this point? Like I'll come here and there and then it's not about you anymore. It's about the people that you are launching because you're now a launch pad. But anyway.
okay. See, that's
I'm, I'm just saying, like you cooning for free.
okay. I know I keep saying okay, but you are
I mean, I would just be like, that's why I be like, yo, why do you think I'm gonna get up and get engaged and all up in arms about what? For who? Like, what are we doing here? Like, I touch grass every day.
what you said. Okay,
It's just like whatever. Like what?
I be in
Like
the sun, honey. I be out here in these streets in the right
uh,
way, but I be in these streets.
right, and it's like I have time to be able to multitask and look at several lives or do something while I'm doing something else. See, the problem is you're just doing this.
See,
You got too much time. I'm
too
sorry.
much time. It's like just weird. Just weird. And then be talking about I'm worried. Okay,
Right. And it's like,
I'll be there.
okay. But see, and this is the thing, and I'll tell people quick though. I understand that this is needed for a lot of people, but a lot of people need this. This saves lives. It destroys lives too, but I focus on the part that you may need this.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't knock you or whatever, but don't knock me for not needing it.
Right. Like I said the other day, I said it's okay to eat your dessert first. That's fine. But you don't want to every day only eat dessert.
Right, like let me be me, just like I
See?
let you be you. Let me be me. Like y'all tripping, y'all
Right.
got life twisted. What?
It's like, are you crazy? What's going on? What's going on? Mm-mm.
For real, but yeah. So, but I say that stuff because be like, oh, you preaching? Well, you keep preaching to me, like leave me alone. Like what?
Okay.
Like I said, can you entertain like you supposed to be doing? Like focus on entertaining. Like what are you doing?
Honey, they weird, just weird. Talking about
Yeah,
I be weird. I ain't never tried to live up to nobody's what's that standards of me. As long as the man upstairs is happy with me and I'm happy with myself, okay.
man. When they can define and spell weird, then I'll listen.
It's called self-esteem for a reason. It's to esteem oneself. Okay, so
That's
hey,
right.
it just is what it is. So
I just know that we're all different. So the level to which you take this seriously, I don't at all. So it's like, so it's like I accept you for being different in whatever you say and believe in. It's like I just I wish that you would realize I don't give a fuck about what you say.
at all.
At some point, I wish you would get it, but I understand that you don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Only on her have I found out that the opinions of others matter more to people than the opinions of themselves.
Man, listen, they ain't got no opinions of themselves. Don't have any sense of self. That's the problem. And that's why I understand it. I understand that you are an empty vessel. I understand that you are searching, broken, and all this other stuff. And you ain't got nobody pouring into you, picking up the pieces, pasting anything together, and you ain't got no hope in life. And I understand that for you, and I'm glad for you. But guess what?
Okay.
I couldn't care less.
At all.
You serve a purpose just like I do.
I said I didn't get to be this age to try to be 25. That's dysfunctional at its best.
Man,
I at
listen.
this age, honey, I got battle scars. Do you hear me? I done been through some
Yeah,
things.
I'm proud of that stuff, boy.
Okay.
You got to be proud of us. Look, I
I
be
got
like, yo,
wisdom sitting over here on this side. You feel me?
that's
So
what I'm talking about. Look, I don't look like what I've been through, but I look
okay.
good.
I tell everybody why this birthday means so much to me. Why this birthday means so much to me is because I wasn't supposed to see it.
Nah, but
I
God,
was I was 52. They gave me up to die before my 53rd birthday. And then I'm going to sit on 2 quarters if the Lord, well, 2 quarters and 5 dimes. Lord, 5 pennies if the Lord let me see it. So you think I ain't going to enjoy myself?
I know that's right.
Shoot.
I know
And
that's
I'm a
right.
mystery to them. And they still kind of wondering, like, they asked me, okay, so whatever you're doing, are you still doing whatever you was doing the last time? Your numbers look great. Yeah, I'm still doing okay. All right, we just have to write it down here. What you say you was doing? I didn't. I ain't gonna tell you what I'm doing now. It ain't your business. I'm still taking one of your little pills that you give me, and all that and stuff, and I still come through here the way I need to. All you need to
Mm,
know is God got everything else.
I
So,
know that's right. It's
yeah.
like all you can do is make suggestions and like tell me like what you think and all this other stuff, and it's like okay, and I go, I pray about it, and we had that conversation, and I go accordingly, like to what God tells me to do. Um, so whatever you say, whatever you think, I'm going just know that I'm coming. I'm taking your advice. God put you here for a reason. You got the education, all this other stuff. But ultimately, you know that song, "Who has the final say?"
Okay.
Ah.
Now,
So
so
it's like, you know,
yeah. Mm-mm. So yeah, and that's one thing I love about TC too. Many things, but one thing I love about her too. She was in here when I did that teaching on this supplement, this herb called neem, and I
mm,
had broke it down, to what it does and all that. And she's been on neem ever since I said it, and
I
she
saw she had said that.
yeah, and so I just feel like a lot of times people miss out on something they need because they're trying to find out the latest on who shot this person, who smacked this person, who cussed this person out. And like I said, that's dessert. Get your dessert, honey. Eat all you want, just don't eat it all day long.
You need some variety.
Yes, but if you don't, I don't beg nobody to come over here. You don't want to come over here, fine. You don't got to. I ain't mad about it. We still cool. Cause I only want people over here that really want to be here.
Yeah, I mean, you'll develop your audience organically. That's the
Yeah.
best way to do it anyway.
My
You know
little
what I'm
audience
saying?
now, shoot.
Yeah, because you get people with gimmicks and stuff. Once that stuff run out, it's done. Like
Yep,
they're gonna leave.
yep, you right. And that's believe it or not, that's beginning to happen. That is beginning to happen.
Hmm.
Way, boy, man, but don't when I say boy, I don't mean no disrespect. I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, I don't take
You
this.
you remind me so much of my brother. That's why I was like, boy, anyway. But I am gonna get out for here.
Yeah, I'm about to go cook me something to eat. We cook
Uh-uh.
late. We cook late in this house.
Okay.
Absolutely every night. Stop playing. I'll cook a full meal at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like
What?
yeah, like full starch, meat, veggies, bread. Yeah, I'll cook a full meal and be done at 3, 4 o'clock. Yeah.
Honey, my late husband and I, when we used to come in from the club, it's when we was dating. We used to come in from the club. Before we get home, he would be like, "Babe, if I peel the potatoes, will you fry the chicken?" I'm
I,
like, "Who gonna fry the potato?" "I'll fry the potatoes and everything, but would you just at least do the chicken?" I'm
yeah.
like, "Yeah," because we would pull honey wings out and unthon while we both done took our baths and everything, and be sitting
Listen,
down there toe up eating some chicken and some fried potatoes.
that's how it is. That's how it is. I'm
I'm
trying
like,
to tell you.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Those was the good old days coming from the club. You ain't have to worry about if you was gonna die.
Yeah.
Cause nowadays going to the clubs is a spin of the thing. You're like, okay, is this one of them nights
I
where
told you my friend got banned. One of my friends got banned from the bar the other day.
oh
Crazy. Craziness. I was like, man, listen, this is the second place I done heard you got banned. Oh, never mind. Anyway. I was
Lord.
like, wow, y'all was just wow. I'm glad I wasn't there because I would have been pissed. Just
Okay.
because you put me in that situation, I would have had to whoop all y'all asses too. Like, get out of here. What was wrong?
See, Lord. All
Yeah.
right, y'all. I am out of here.
It's
I
been
mean,
real.
yes, and I enjoyed it. So we gotta keep doing this stuff for real. We might
Absolutely.
need
Just let
to change
me know.
the title, but
What'd you say?
we might need to change the title, but
Right, right. Like call it like something generic, like our I don't know.
conversations with Jay and Creole.
Yeah, like say like that or whatever. We'll come up with some clever name, but just let me
Okay.
know. Let me know ahead of time because my I never know what my schedule is. People always ask what should I be like. I gotta check. I'm not the person that keeps the calendar.
Okay. I hear you. Hey,
I am not him.
all right. Well, I'm out of here, y'all. Any last thoughts, Jay?
Nah, peace, love, and blessings.
You too, and thank you.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, y'all. It has been 3.5 hours. If we ain't already 3.5 hours. Yep, we are 3.5 hours. Actually, plus 3.5 hours plus. But I think it was interesting. Take what you like from what we did tonight. We appreciate you guys for coming over. Shout out to all the content creators that was in attendance today and all the subbies. We appreciate you guys. I know I do. I may not be on tomorrow because tomorrow is New Bird Day in another part of Kentucky, and if you're familiar with Kentucky, do New Bird Day be New Burden, okay? And my face will be in the place tomorrow. I may not be there all day, but yeah. I will be there. Okay. Single. Can you say single? Single and grown can go when I want to. Okay. I'm gonna be out there with the motorcycles. I might do a little video so show y'all whatever, but motorcycles gonna be out there. Drink your water, man, your business, okay? All right. Hey, Catherine. All right, boo. Thank you so much. But I might see y'all in and out these chat. Jay, don't laugh at me. I might see y'all in and out these chat. Who know? It might bump into my husband out there. Who know? Who know? Who know? Anyway, and give me some of that fish. They got some of the best fish at New Bird Day, y'all. It's been our weekend. It started tonight. It's tomorrow and Sunday. So yeah. And my now man, your business. I love y'all. All right. Smooches. Good night. Oh, you're welcome, boo. Thank you for being here with me.